Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Diener, Kappa, good to see both of you. How's it going? How's the beginning of everybody's week? I actually had something to do at work today, so that was nice. Unlike a lot of times where I have to just fill my time with stupid training. Unfortunately, though, I had a festival that we were scheduled to go to this Saturday, but it just got canceled due to weather. So that is far less thrilling. Oh, McDonald's Caramel Sundae. I do like McDonald's Caramel Sundaes. I mean, caramel sundaes are just good in general. It's like caramel and soft serve. It's hard to argue with. So that's a bummer. We were hyped for the festival, and alas, it shan't be happening. We'll have to find something else to do on Saturday, I guess. I mean, I guess on the upside, previously that was going to require me to cancel stream because it's going to be in the evening, but I guess I don't have to cancel stream on Saturday. So I guess that's cool or whatever. But, yeah, well. Whatever. Of note, Diener, since I see you here, make sure you check out the post on YouTube, because I did add the invite to the Discord server. So make sure you go check that out and get yourself added to the Discord server if you so desire. And then, you know, you can be in communications and see notifications and make suggestions and all that good stuff. Discord shilling complete. So yeah. Sinking City, we might finish today. I don't actually know how close to finishing we are. I don't know how long the game is. But I get the sense that the main story is coming to a conclusion. That's the vibe that I get. So we'll see if that proves to be true. Waiting at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Sorry you finished your Sunday. Certainly a tragedy. To enjoy the things while we have them, I suppose. So, in other exciting news, or I guess more importantly, I guess I should cover. So last time when we were playing this game, let's cover the recap here first. So I had to defend myself in the form of proving my innocence. Oh, the mobile app on YouTube. Good question. Hold on, let me pull up. It's an experiment. Where can you find posts on YouTube's? That's a good question. All right, so if I'm looking at my own stream, what can I do? Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. If you go to the channel page, so like if you close chat momentarily and you go through my name and you go to the channel page, the community tab at the far right, that contains the posts. And so from there you have the Discord link in a post. So that's where you can find that. All right, now I'll close that up. That was an excellent question because I didn't actually know because I don't use the mobile app for YouTube very often. So last time I had to prove my innocence after being framed for killing Johannes Vandenberg, the guy who kind of brought us to this city. So he got killed, but it was framed that we did it, but we didn't do it. But we figured out who did do it, and it was a whole thing. However, once we did find out who killed him, and once we had proved our innocence, he came to us in a dream, and now we find him decidedly less deceased than anticipated.
How? How is this possible?
At last, Mr. Reed.
These camera angles are still killing me.
Let me congratulate you. You've truly outdone yourself this time. A question, if I may.
I've got a question.
You're freaking alive,
How on
bro.
earth are you still alive?
What can I say? Perhaps next time you should make sure you finished the job.
It wasn't me, and you know it. All this. All I went through, and there was no murder to begin with.
The
Bizarre.
prosecution would beg to differ. They had all they needed. A victim, a method, and a culprit. The rest is just bells and whistles.
You said, oh?
You set me up. You
Well,
son of...
I
well.
only set the scene.
I'll...
What? Kill me? As amusing as it would be to see you charged with my murder a second time, I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
What?
What do you
But
mean?
why?
You know exactly what I mean, Mr. Reed.
Why
The
did you
prophecy.
feel the
The
need to do
seal.
that?
You have made yourself a part of something
I'm
momentous.
confused.
Now, to your latest case. Wonderful execution all round. And I mean that literally. Hanging has
Screw
been
that guy.
scheduled for next week. Tell me, Mr. Reed, why did you do it? Why condemn a man of such high station for a crime he did not commit?
He testified
He committed
against
plenty
me
of other shit. He sucks.
and conspired to have his mother killed.
Indeed. His corruption was common knowledge, yet you were the only one who acted upon it.
I'm built
Regardless,
different.
I shall call this experiment a success. In fact, you should consider it a taste of your ultimate trial.
I don't understand. What do you get from all this?
You are headed into the
excellent
darkness,
question.
Mr. Reed. I'm giving you the experience you'll need to find your way through it.
Huh.
What do you mean, my ultimate trial? What does this have to do with anything?
Of course.
That's not what you said.
Everything. It's your destiny. Destiny beyond comprehension. To be more than a speck of cosmic dust. To make waves across the universe. To end things.
And what?
Everything. You've suffered in this city from the very beginning. From the moment you were born, in fact. Wanting to end it is only natural. But unlike those untold
Does he want us to end
before
the
you,
world?
You have the power to do so. You can turn mere prophecy into absolute truth.
I don't really want
You
to do
don't
that.
mean...
The seal of Kotiganar is in your hands. You possess the
A
key to
chocolate
the
eclair
gates,
pie.
and all they hold within. You can close them and cling to mankind's misery for a few more.
Was it
cruel
supposed to be like a shoe pastry
or you can
crust?
open them and end it. And you will.
I imagine that would be difficult to scale up to a whole pie size.
Why? Why would I destroy everything?
Because otherwise your life amounts to nothing. Do you know how many chosen few there have been over the centuries? Nameless hordes, sacrificed at the whim of invisible masters. Not unlike those who watered the poppies of Flanders with their blood.
But our sacrifices mattered. We won the war.
A war, with many yet to come. This is your kin's nature, your purpose.
I thought the Poppies of Flanders poem was
Your
from World War
monkeys
II.
in open
Apparently, it's
cage,
World War One. That
unwilling to walk
would
out.
make
Only
more
you
sense.
can make a difference. You can end it all for good.
You're wrong.
wrong.
I'll prove it.
You will prove nothing. You'll die. And at the next turn of
Let's
the cycle,
stop the
another
cycle.
who is brave enough to finish the job. Nevertheless, I cannot abandon you, whether you agree with me or not. Your path is too important, even if your choice is beyond my control.
You're right about one thing at least.
There is an archaeologist in this city. He is very close to unraveling the secret of Katigana, and you'll need his help to get inside. His name is Joseph Hill. Here's his address. Talk to him. Earn his favor.
Seriously. All that, and you don't even know how to find Katiganar?
If I knew that, would I be working with a private eye?
This is wrong, Johannes. All of it. And I still have no idea
You
why
suck.
I should even believe you.
The truth is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, you can accept it, or try to put the blindfold back on.
Well, we don't need to believe him. We just
Farewell,
need his help
Whether
to
we
find
speak
what we're
again
looking
or
for
not,
so that we
I
can
will be watching.
break the
And don't
cycle.
lose the seal again, or all your effort in this city would go to waste.
Okie dokie. Vandenberg told me that old fate of Oakmont, couple of seal, but I must find a way in, and the only man who can help me with this is local archaeologist Joseph Hill. And that is in Eastern Reed Heights, Lumbert, between Helog and Hale. Hey, Scobolts, how's it going? Eastern Reed Heights on Lumbert, between Helog and Hale. Right there. Off we go. Ooh, I did get a knowledge point. Nice. We are in good shape. How you doing, Scobolts? How's your week? Alright, so as I was saying before I had to listen to the story. So in other exciting news, I've had a bit of a dry spell in the last few months, really, of making changes to the model, largely because I tried a couple things that didn't really pan out like I thought it would. I was lacking a bit of inspiration, being busy, just, you know, stuff happens. Where did my... Oh. My mark's gone, you asshole. It was Lumbert between Helog and... However. Me too, Scobolts. I too would like the weekend to be here already. However, I quite recently came across a mechanism in the model runner that I have not been utilizing up to now, that I sort of realized that there is a way for me to interact with and make a meaningful change that I haven't been able to do thus far. So it'll be... I don't know how much I want to reveal, but I have inspiration and I have changes to the model that I will make. This might be one of the first times that I end up making like a variant model rather than making it a permanent change to the model, because I don't know if I will be happy with like making it the forever face. I mean, we'll see. The forever face of the channel and stuff, you know? So we'll see. But I'm gonna try some weird ass shit. Making more changes that are done in entirely the incorrect way, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's the way that I know how to do things. And then we will find out. I hope to do that by Halloween.
He tried to escape.
That's my goal, is I'm gonna try to get it done by Halloween. Partially because it would be fitting for spooky season, and partially because I have a week of vacation coming up, which gives me an opportunity to sit down and actually, like, make changes. Okay, guess who gets a damn grenade? And a firebomb! I forget to explode. Everything is fine. You know what? I won't craft the healing thing. I expect they'll probably... actually, that's probably a first aid. Yep. Okay, give me that. Ah, you're not dead. How dare you? How dare you? I threw a grenade at you. Yeah, so no more model changes upcoming, and that will be an exciting thing that I haven't worked on in a while. So
must be my nerves.
Brody.
Wild beasts carried out quite the massacre in here. Poor guy died here after several stomach wounds.
Anything else down here? Hey, Whitney, how's it going? So another thing that has been going on. So last night, me and my friend who I am working on making a game with, we started our we're going to try to do it bi-weekly, like every other Monday evening. We're going to try to get together and work on the game because there's too much shit going on otherwise, and it's difficult for us to both, like, get at it if we're not like, who the hell are you? Crazy lady! Get shoveled. Get shoveled. Whoa, that was a enormous amount of experience. Why was that so much experience? What the heck was that about? Well then, and so on the front of the game, I'll kind of have to see how it goes over the next handful of weeks. We are hoping to have something out on, like, a work in progress out on itch.io by New Year's. So it wouldn't be a finished game, but it would be like a work in progress, and it would have at least a gameplay loop. One of the benefits of us is we both have, like, we're both experienced on development teams using agile development methodology, so we're both, like, focused on getting a minimum viable product that does a thing, like, out and available for some form of feedback. So, like, that's where we're kind of coming at, and that's our goal. And so I'll have to see how kind of progress is going, but it's possible that if I want to sort of speed along... Hey, Seaweaver, how's it going? If I want to speed that along, I may start taking the occasional stream time to actually work on it on stream, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, we have a crumpled letter. This is the last warning, my son. If you proceed with your self-destructive research, I'll take action. I can't watch you kill yourself, corrupt your mind, and sacrifice your health to these old fairy tales about the dead. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Leave it, or I'll leave you without inheritance. I won't have you spend this money on your own death. Wait, it was not you, Snowballs.
Is she gone? Did you get her?
What the hell's going on?
I did see the
I'm sure I shot her dead, but then she ran.
Oh, snub, we are in trouble now. My name is Joseph. Sorry for getting you into this, and thanks.
Charles.
And seeing it, I was reminded that I think
Me? How can I help you?
I had seen that book come up when I was just looking for, like, Lovecraft-style stories that aren't Lovecraft at some point, like when I was trying to look stuff up. And I was reminded, oh yes, this one had come up before, but I hadn't written it down. So, you bringing it back up was very helpful. And once I can find a bit of time, I think it would be good to record a few of those stories. I don't know if I do the whole book, because I know I was reading about it. Looks like the first 4 are all sort of the interrelated, scary, like, creepy sort of Eldritch-style ones. And then the last ones get, like, happier and happier over time, which is kind of odd. Like, the last one ends up being just like a rom-com or a romance or something. So I probably won't record the back end of it. But the first few, whenever I get a chance to actually sit down and do, well, one of the benefits of the old books like that is that I don't really need to borrow it, simply because I can just Project Gutenberg it, because it's open for public use at this point. It's just out there on the internet, so you can just pull it up and I can just read and record it with no issues. So yeah, that one will definitely go onto my list of things to read and record. Yeah, that's actually how I do have, like, the book of Lovecraft stories, but it's actually been more beneficial for me to, I've been pulling it up. There's a Lovecraft, a wiki, kind of, like, for lack of a better term. I don't think it's actually a wiki, but it's just like an informational thing about Lovecraft. You can look up information about the stories, all that stuff, and then there's like an Australian Lovecraft appreciation site that has all of the stories just to be read in a nice, a better readable format than like Project Gutenberg, because Project Gutenberg is just like, slap that text up there. And that's where I've been reading the Lovecraft stories from, actually. And then there is a Edgar Allan Poe museum that's like an in-person museum somewhere that has all of Edgar Allan Poe's works up on their website. And so that's where I've been reading those, because it helps me to read stuff to be recorded on like online, really, on the monitor, so that way I'm looking at the camera, essentially. Like, I'm looking in the normal direction instead of, like, looking down trying to read the book. I can actually, like, engage. And so that's where I've been going to read those when I record. So, yeah. It is annoying and tragic that the more recent ones that I have recorded have gotten so little engagement, because I do like doing them, but like the engagement is so poor that it's kind of bumming me out. And it's especially bumming me out because I didn't change anything. Like, it was working, and it was getting, you know, occasionally, like, I got a couple of them that were like upwards of 500 views. I was like, great, if we could just keep doing this, definitely we'll build the channel. And then it just like stopped. Like, they were like, oh, time to not put those in front of anybody anymore. I was like, come on, man. But I will, when I get time, still keep doing the recording. I have not gotten an opportunity to sit down and record lately, but when I get some opportunities, I will. So the funny thing with me is that I am very
burnout resistant, because I didn't realize the void voice was on. Ha! I'm very burnout resistant because I just don't do stuff that I don't want to do. Like, I just am like, it's not fun anymore. Guess I'm done. So like, I'm pretty burnout resistant because I will quit long before I end up properly burnt out. So, which, you know, maybe my lack of a desire to push myself wildly in content creation is exactly why I don't grow at any kind of crazy pace. But we work here at a sustainable pace, which is why I've been able to do this comfortably with no signs of like burnout or problems after what, I guess 3 years now. Like, no problem, because I just do the things that I like. Yeah, I didn't even realize the void voice was on. That's funny. Yeah, so I do still want to keep recording those because I do enjoy it. I do think it's fun. Yeah. On the well, let's get through this conversation and then I can continue.
What do you know about that thing? The girl that attacked us?
She's Usha, a Mayan priestess,
Uh-huh.
rejected by death itself. I can only imagine what baleful sorcery still keeps her alive.
I shot the shit out of her, so
Even by this mad city standards.
that's fair, Diener. There's some things that I have to do that I don't like, but in this hobby space specifically, like in this specifically, I avoid if I just don't do the things that I don't like because it keeps me, you know, happy and able to do the things that I do like about it. Yeah, it really do be that way sometimes for people, where it just takes a shit ton of time.
Why would a Mayan priestess come here?
That is an
What's
excellent
special
question.
about this house?
It was me.
Yeah, good for you, Diener.
Usha holds a secret
Yeah, I need to get
humanity itself.
probably a stationary bike,
To stop
because I have been doing
covering it. Don't
bicycling
ask me
for my
about it
workouts,
further.
but
I can't say anymore.
it's going to be getting colder, and I'm not gonna be wanting to get my ass outside when it's super cold. So like I gotta get an alternative here soon.
I need your help to get into Katiganar. This madness must be stopped.
I didn't realize Katiganar was a place. I thought it was like a
Vanderberg.
person.
Johannes was
I
the
use
one
that
who
term
told me
loosely.
about you, and about all the things that have happened since the flood.
He did? Well, I underestimated you. We share the same goal, but there's a problem.
What kind of problem?
The Mayan girl, Usha. She was the keeper of the key to Katiganar.
Oh,
We'll need
I
it.
definitely will need that then.
You mean the seal? I have it. Just show me.
Well, the seal is not
The
necessarily a
seal.
key. Oh, it's fine. I got it.
Spectacular.
Oh, it's not it.
But alas, it doesn't solve our problem.
You're testing my patience, Joseph.
Usha was the last one to open the path below, and she still protects it. We cannot proceed until she's been dealt with.
I did shoot the shit out of her.
I'm a private eye. Tracking Usha won't be a problem. But how do we handle her?
Look, when you locate her lair, come let me know. Meanwhile, I'll prepare our defense against her magics. Then together, we'll banish her.
My bullets did nothing. Do you know of any other ways
It
to fight
eventually got her to go
There are ways
away.
to resist her sorcery. I was going to use them myself, but I'm not sure I have the skills
Oh.
to track this thing.
Yeah, Diener, I can imagine that would
her? Didn't she come to you?
cause some
Caught me
challenges.
Off guard, tried to kill me. I was unprepared.
How far down in the
I
back
just
is
didn't
the
want to scare her
T3?
off.
I
Any
have
leads on how
never
to
had a
track her?
need to
I don't.
learn, you know, the
But she drinks
different
blood to gain
identifiers for
strength.
the
There
vertebrae.
must be victims, corpses, but thanks to the wild beasts and madness, Oakmont is full of the dead. Though I did hear rumor of a vampire in Salvation Harbor.
Vampire.
Well, I guess that's better than nothing.
Off we go. I don't care about this guy.
See you later.
I don't need to know more about him. I just need to steal his shit.
These Mayan artifacts could be the prized jewel in many a museum collection.
And do you if you don't mind me asking, you can just ignore me. Does that cause you, like, discomfort or pain often or regularly, or is it more just an impediment to, like, mobility?
By the looks of these
Mid-lower
plants,
shoulder
this
blades.
photo was taken somewhere in South America.
Hey, I got all the evidence. Neato. So much shit now. Wow. Ooh, shell casing. No, I need more gunpowder. That's what I really need. Give me the gunpowder. So then, you know, further on my grumbling last time about how all algorithms are the devil and hate my guts. I really got a stark reminder of that shit. Because I think it was Sunday. So, like, the day after I last streamed, I was like, oh yeah, I do have a couple of those shorts that I could put onto TikTok. So I did. I just, like, threw those on TikTok to be like, yeah, you know, go, see what happens. Oof. That's rough, Diener. I am really sorry to hear that. Although, all things considered, a migraine once a month is actually, like, that could be worse. Migraines are awful. I myself pretty rarely get pretty mild migraines. I'm very fortunate in that. But even the mild ones I get suck. And Kappa has always been more prone to meaningful migraines, and those are even worse. So it's like, migraines blow. A lot. Also, constant pain also sucks. Something I don't have to personally deal with. So I don't even know the annoyance that is. I'm a big baby, even when I get sick or whatever. I'm just like, I don't feel good. I'm unhappy now. Because I'm a giant baby in that way. I have not read The Dark Tower. I had a friend who read The Dark Tower and liked it quite a bit as well. I never got around to it. Because a while back, he and I were exchanging a lot of books to listen to. That was when I was doing more working in an environment where, like, I listened to a lot of audiobooks. So, like, we'd kind of churn through audiobooks and it'd be like, oh, check this audiobook out. And he'd send it over to me and be like, try these audiobooks. I never did get around to the Dark Tower series. He did, and he liked them. What do we have? Usha kills people and drinks their blood. There have been rumors about a Salvation Harbor vampire. So what, we're just gonna have to go over to the Salvation Harbor and figure shit out? Oh, wait. Or we go to the police, and there have been reports. Like, police reports? Assumedly police reports. Let's go give that a try. But anyway, so I uploaded those stupid videos to TikTok, right? And as of this morning, there was literally a big fat 0 views on both of those videos. I just checked it before the stream because I was like, oh, I should mention those TikTok videos. I checked right before stream, and there was just a honking single view on both videos. Like, thanks, bro. You're really helping me kill it here. Which was also funny because it was immediately on the heels of me, posting up a Twitter post with a picture and, you know, a tag, typical maybe effective things about posting on Twitter. I got 11 views, and the views on freaking Twitter are wildly inflated because their metric system sucks ass. I was like, really, 11? Thank you, Twitter. I hate you so much, Twitter. And freaking TikTok. Sucks out here. They make my life so hard. I really should experiment with making a new Twitter account just to, like, try. Just to post the same ass stuff and just be like, haha. I think they boost new accounts. I think that's something they do. Suspects? Criminal pattern? No. District. Not criminal pattern. District. Salvation Harbor. No! Victims? No. Witnesses? No. Suspects? No. Honestly, it's another nice thing about doing the Eldritch story times that I've been doing lately, or not as much lately, but I have been doing in general, is it's kind of given me the opportunity to actually read something again, because I used to read quite a bit, and I just haven't read nearly so frequently. Lately, I've just, you know, shifted sort of the way I partake in media. Oh, wait, the newspaper's literally right here. And so it's kind of nice to get a chance to, like, sit down and read some short stories and be like, literature. I can be cultured again. Also, I realize that I should probably up the brightness a little bit, because I noticed that it's a little bit dark on the old stream. My monitor seems to be much brighter than what ends up on stream, so I tend to keep things too dark, it would seem. And technically, I guess I could make the change in OBS, so I see it differently. Hello, let's see. Period, after the flood, people, section, Salvation Harbor for the district, front page, no, current events, no. What about people? No. I must find a way in, and the only he lives in. Okay, so I guess I should look through. Maybe it is the police, actually. I can look through the evidence, and I guess it can pull up which one is actually relevant. My favorite book series has always been The Wheel of Time. What the hell happened? Hello? I didn't realize I couldn't use this road. What the heck? I really enjoyed The Wheel of Time. It is a fantastic series. It gets a little slow in the middle. That's certainly true. But I read that growing up. So I've actually, like, read through that series, most of the books of that series, multiple times. Because I was reading it at the time where it was, like, I think I might have started when there were, like, 4 books out. And so then I'd read those, and then, like, the 5th book would come out and be like, well, I guess I'll have to go read the other ones to remember what the hell was happening. Damn it. So I had to read through a few, and then I stopped for quite a long time and kind of let the series finish itself out. And then finally... Yeah, Amazon really did not do a great job with the series. That was quite disappointing. You know what is actually really funny is I don't know if I don't know if you all realize, but there is actually an old Wheel of Time PC game that I actually played, and I think I actually might still have the disc for it in the freaking basement. Okay, here we go. So it is police report. Oh, it's probably complaints. Suspects. Criminal pattern. No, not criminal pattern. District. Salvation Harbor. No. Witnesses. Victims. Suspects. Criminal pattern. Suspects. Witness. Aha! I found it. Jay Callahan to Captain Lyons. We received today a report about the latest victim of the so-called vampire. Several blood-drained corpses were found in a backyard on Old Church Road between C. Smith Avenue and Maple Lane in eastern Salvation Harbor. Sent a patrol to inspect the crime scene. The bodies were similar to the previous drained corpses in Coverside, Shells, and Reed Heights. No witnesses have come forward at this time. Fantastic. We got something. Okay. Old Church Road between C. Smith and Maple. Old Church Road. C. Smith. C. Smith. And Maple. Here. Yeah, I really loved the Wheel of Time series. I wonder if I could track down a way to play the PC game, because that would actually be kind of funny to stream. Last time I tried to play it, though, it definitely started crashing in the middle of the game, and I could not get past a certain point. Not the finest game ever crafted, to be sure, but it was something. Yeah, and I was really excited when I found out that Brandon Sanderson was going to finish the Wheel of Time. Because for those who may not be familiar with the Wheel of Time, was being written by Robert Jordan, a fantastic author, though a little long-winded. However, he passed away before he was able to finish it. And so, fortunately, he took prodigious notes. And so, he was sort of all prepped to hand over the work to somebody else. And so, they got Brandon Sanderson to finish it up. And Brandon Sanderson is also a fantastic author, and his influence from Brandon Sanderson, or rather from Robert Jordan, like influencing Sanderson's writing is pretty clear. So it was like a excellent fit for finishing up that series. Sanderson writes a lot like Robert Jordan, but like slightly more concise. So it's like, ooh, good. Yes, Brandon Sanderson wrote The Way of Kings, which is also a great series that I got distracted and did not finish.
Nothing useful inside.
I read, I think, just the first one.
But this letter may be helpful.
But man, his books are good. Hotel, this is my final warning. If you don't pay me for the month due, I'll sell all your belongings. You'll be out on the street. No one may live at the Devil's Reef and avoid payment without consequences. I got a Mind Palace clue. Oh, lordy. Bag with a letter. Usha is an undead killer who slays people to drink their blood. Oopsies. Okay.
If anyone had caught this shotgun blast, they would have lost their head.
Oh shit. Alright, we misplaced all our frames. We're back now. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. I was actually thinking about a possible way to avoid this issue. This very thing. I was actually thinking about today, and I went so far as to check at the prices of things. So I was contemplating, like, I could just buy an Intel Arc GPU, just the cheapest Intel Arc GPU, and just slap it in as a second GPU on my system. Where the hell am I? And use that, because Intel Arc GPUs allow for AV1 encoding, which is the newest encoding method for streaming. I was like, I could just get a dedicated encoding GPU, and then hopefully this would stop happening. So I was actually not directly thinking about it for this. I was actually contemplating using that technique for, like, the next PC that I'll eventually build, because I can do that. Oh, you bastards are freaking respawning. Unbelievable bullshit. Here you go. I got you that. Did that not throw? Apparently not. Well, now you guys are really bunched together. Get shoveled, bro. You're stuck behind that police line. Yeah, do not cross, bastard. I still got hit. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the Arc GPU. It honestly, it depends how many times it happens and how annoyed I get, because they're honestly really cheap. I could get the cheapest one for like $110, which is really low. Because actually, so why I was looking into it was I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do for my next build, for my next PC. And I was thinking about how annoyed I am at the price of high-end GPUs. Like, NVIDIA GPUs are insanely expensive, and the next generation is going to be likely worse. Because, well, alright, anybody that doesn't care about PC gaming news, I'm sorry. But AMD has recently said that they're kind of pulling out of the high-end GPU market, and they're just sort of leaving that to NVIDIA because they've been a little bit behind, and, like, it's just been a fight. And so they're kind of pulling out, which means that NVIDIA is just going to charge even more because they're not going to have the same competition. However, it's possible. It's not clear necessarily what AMD means by that. It may just be that they're giving up trying to do ray tracing and stuff like that, because their rasterization performance has always been still relatively competitive. It just can't keep up when they do ray tracing. So if they just, like, stop doing ray tracing and just get better at rasterization, but are still like $800 cheaper than NVIDIA, like, cool. But if you get an NVIDIA or an AMD card, I would be missing out on having a dedicated stream encoding chip, the NVENC chip on NVIDIA cards. Again, I'm very sorry for anybody who doesn't care about Tech Talk. And so I like having the NVENC chip because it leaves me not doing encoding on the CPU, so it's not a burden there, and, like, the everything is hunky-dory, but I don't want to have to buy an NVIDIA card. So, I'm like, in the case that AMD is still making competent cards that just can't do ray tracing, because I don't give a shit about ray tracing, if they are, then, like, next build, maybe I'll get a next-generation AMD card, and then just slot in an ARC card to fill in for the encoding. It would just be the encoding card, because $100 plus an AMD card is still probably like $200 to $500 cheaper than an NVIDIA card, because NVIDIA is going absolutely batshit insane with their prices. So, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. My enthusiasm for a new PC has gone down quite a bit, simply because the AMD 9000 chips were like womp womp. They were a little disappointing, and so I'm like, meh. Yeah, like, new computers do be crazy expensive. Like, they be wildin' to build a stellar PC, and it's like, woof. Alright, I wasn't paying attention to what happened here, so I feel like this happened first.
Order me, priestess, and I will serve.
Because then you got munched on.
Brave
it
this,
this?
buddy. Hope none of those hungry wormskins saw you here.
Because then there was bullets.
Take this, damned corpse!
No. Okay, is this first?
Brave this, buddy. Hope none of those hungry wormskins saw you here.
And then was it this?
Order me, priestess.
What about
and
this?
I will serve.
And then maybe this?
Take this, damned corpse!
No, it wasn't. What,
Brave
first?
this, buddy. Hope none of those hungry wormskins saw you here.
Second? Third? Fourth? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Take this, damned corpse!
Yeah, same Diener. We usually only get the tornadoes. I am sorry to hear that you've got the massive hurricane. I heard, like, the most recent hurricane ended up, like, way off predicted course, if I remember correctly, right? I haven't been paying enough attention, but one of my friends mentioned that, like, it was supposed to have come in, like, in the Gulf or something, and it ended up in, like, freaking North Carolina or something, like, way off. Which is pretty wild. Well, and another odd thing is that, like, Tornado Alley is shifting its location due to climate change, where it's like it's ending up slightly different places on the continent than it used to be. Okay, hold on. Maybe this is first. So, and then you did.
And I will serve.
Brave this, buddy. Hope none of those hungry wormskins saw you here.
Hold on, I think this feels wrong. This feels incorrect. I still feel like this should be the first one. Yeah, Florida's in a rough spot. Like, Florida just gets hit.
Saw you here.
Like, always. There's really so little to be done to avoid.
Take this, damned corpse!
Wait, I think I'm making this more complicated. I think it literally
Read
just
this,
goes
buddy.
across this
Hope none of
now
those
that I'm
hungry
looking at it.
Take this, damned corpse!
I think it's like this.
Usha
It is.
attacked 3 Innsmouthers before a man appeared and tried to shoot her. She called him Raymond and hypnotized him. Somehow.
Somehow. I might try to kill Hill. Hill will help me if I find Usha. Usha hypnotized. A man named Raymond saw Usha's attack and seems connected to her somehow. He dropped a bag at the scene, inside of which was a letter concerning his overdue rent for a room at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Okay, which means I should be able to get further details at the Devil Reef Inn. First aid kit, nice. That's wild. I have never been somewhere that had mandatory evacuations. Like, under any circumstance. That's crazy. Hey, I have already established that nobody's allowed to die while I'm still an active streamer. That's in the contract when you get a bit. I can't handle the idea of, like, being the only vestige of someone that has passed away. Like, oh, you know, yeah, they used to spend time on this stream. I made a bit for them in the model, and now they're dead. And, like, their last remaining, like, piece of them is in my model. I can't handle that shit. Like, you're just not allowed to die. So if the hurricane shows up, make sure to tell it that I said it's not allowed to kill you. I'm sure it will listen. It's very important. I mean, it's some dark-ass humor, but, like, I do kind of mean it a little bit. Like, that's a bizarre circumstance that I just don't think I'm prepared for.
I found a debt letter from you at a crime scene. Can you tell me who it was for?
I have no idea.
Why?
No, I'm not.
Do you send that many of them?
I'm not accusing you of killing
thanks
him
to
or whatever.
all you damn newcomers
Oh,
flooding
well.
Oakmont, I have a form letter that I adapt. Well, make a newcomer adapt for me to pay his debt. Got 50 of them back here right now. Clever, eh?
Indeed. Less useful than I'd hoped, though.
Yeah, somebody freaking logs into your account, jumps on Discord, and it's like, oh, I'd like to let everybody know. It's like, oh, god damn it. What the heck? I really do not want to have a freaking bit graveyard, okay?
I need to talk to
Jesus Christ.
You'll be better off talking to the wall. Raymond Archer ain't here. Left a
You know,
few
that's
days
another
ago,
excellent
never came
I
back.
that I cannot
Pay either.
grow to be a significantly sized channel.
Any
One,
belongings behind?
I can't make, like, more than 2 bits a month. I can't just be out here making, like,
It's room
a shit
next to
ton of
yours.
bits. I can't support that many people. But
See
two,
you later.
if I get too many people, somebody is going to end up dying. And, like, I can't have that. It's not permitted. Lived in the Devil's Wreath Hotel in the room next to mine. Okay. Yeah, see, it's stuff like that, Diener. I've seen other mentions about stuff like that. Like on Twitter, somebody will talk about how, like, yeah, I've got this save file that, like, you know, my dad who passed away, it was his, like, we used to play this game all the time, and I've got his
Raymond
ghost
get
or
this
whatever.
tank from the same place
Like,
I did.
man, that just, like, it gets you in the feels, you know? It's like, there's something just, I don't know.
Stop it!
It's
Please,
very
stop
emotional
it.
to think
Why
about
do you
these
show me
digital
this vile
ghosts of
violence?
people, like
I
literal
can't bear
ghosts.
it.
I've seen some of these places.
That just really makes you,
Backyard with corpses. Joseph Hill's house.
I don't know. I don't really have the word. It's just, it's very emotional. It's very, like, somber to think about that stuff. Did I learn anything literally at all here? I haven't. What am I looking for? Oh. That's up there.
Did Raymond get this air tank from the same
Get
place
the air
I did?
tank. Man, yeah. Losing people young like that is really rough. I had a friend in high school. It must have been just after high school. It was like first year of college, which was, I skipped my last year of high school. So it was, I guess, sort of when I would have been in high school. I had a friend who passed away. It was really a huge bummer. We'd been friends for a few years, and like he went, and I don't remember if he joined the National Guard or if he was in the Army itself at this point. It's been so many years. But he went off to like training, did the thing, and like he was on the way back, and like it wasn't his fault, but somebody like fell asleep at the wheel or was drunk, and like, oh, this seems relevant. And he got in an accident like on his way back from like finishing what he was doing, and he freaking died before he even got home. And it was just like, god damn. Just like a guy, and like the connection I always remember with him is that his drink of choice was always Mountain Dew Livewire. So the orange Mountain Dew. And like he drank it all the time, but more importantly, we had all, like a group of us had gone to the really shitty old The Hulk movie when Marvel movies were not always good, and I say always good, were not of a good quality, and they sucked. This was a terrible movie, but there was some weirdo that like struck up a conversation to him about his drinking Mountain Dew Livewire, and just like that weird interaction of just some random ass dude being like, oh yeah, you're a Livewire, and he's like, Livewire is just like stuck in my head of this friend I had from high school who passed away, and like now he's stuck in my head with the freaking Mountain Dew Livewire. The things that stick with you. Bizarre. Let's see. Raymond's diary. 3rd of October. Found work at a flooded lab on Moreland Road between C. Smith Avenue and Powder House Street. Boss says some weird stuff, but sounds like there will be gold at the end. 20 October. Prepared everything for this mission, including getting a diving suit. Good thing I know how to use it, too, because the place is underwater. Boss said the entrances were marked with 5 big stones. 23. Barely got out with the mummy he wanted. And worse, there was no gold in her tomb. Taking the mummy to the lab, my egghead companion claims he can talk to the dead. Hopefully she'll tell him where the gold is. I can't. How is it even possible? How can I know? No sleep. No rest. The mummy. Oosh is whispering all the time, hiding underwater in her tomb. Spare me. Get out of my head. Aha. Raymond was hired as a grave robber in underwater tomb. Really? Nothing to add there. Okay, so what do you want from me now? We gotta go find flooded lab in Northern Salvation Harbor, Moreland Road, between C. Smith and Powder House. Let's see, that must be here. Off we go. Blam. Why are these stupid fire hydrants always just leaking water? Maybe they would have less water around if they turned that shit off. What do I know? It's very foggy. Oh, jumping back topics. The other annoyance is that if I build a new PC, I'll probably have to update my Windows to Windows 11. And that will suck. I don't want Windows 11. Though, maybe my Windows 10 key will still... I could still install it, maybe. I don't really want 11. 11 seems very annoying. I have fallen in. Like an idiot. Windows 7. Hey, Windows 7 was great. Tragically, like they just stopped supporting stuff with security updates, so it's like as much as I would like to stay on old stuff, I don't want to have no security updates for stuff. That sort of risk is uncomfortable. Can't take any more of this. My heart is breaking when I look into the hungry eyes of my family. They are still trying to smile, saying that someday this horror will end, but I know the truth. I think they also understand this. There's no salvation. I've stashed a bullet for each of us. There's no need for them to know what I'm going to do. Goodbye, beloved. I hope you'll forgive me. Hey, that's a pretty good run. 2014 to 2023. That's a good run. I update my computers much more frequently because I'm kind of a junkie. I can't help myself. I just get the itch to build a computer. And I usually don't have someone around that needs a new computer and will pay me to... Oh, you're a bigger thing than I realized. Oh, you're all flopping about. Here you go. I got you this. There we go. Stupid, invisible bastards. We're still doing all right on the rags. All right, I assume this is where I'm supposed to be. I mean, it's in the right place, but it doesn't exactly look like a lab that they were talking about. It just looks like somebody's home. Pretty gross home at that. Anything else? I believe I saw some stairs down, so I know we haven't seen everything here yet, but just checking. Well, not exactly stairs down. Not exactly anything down, actually. Okay. Oh, you know what? If you're gonna give me a health kit, I might as well just use this one. Pick that guy up. Great. I guess I'll check for another place. Is this not it? Okay, so it says a place, but it doesn't feel like the place. Ooh, what about over here? Maybe this will do better. Here we go. This is feeling a little more industrial. Oh, yeah. That is a one-shot, one-kill. Get shoveled. I missed. Get shoveled. Oh, you're a durable little bastard. With ink. Shovel. Shoveling time. Ooh. Got him. Those ink blobs really last a long-ass time. I thought there was one more. Well, that's fine by me.
Someone wounded really wanted to get inside this room.
Apparently. So much so they would go through the glass.
Whatever happened in this lab, it has nothing to do with normal science. I don't think these tools were used for surgery.
God, that is some disgustingly grimy blood and shit on it. Wow.
She won't tell you about the Tiganar or God.
Yeah, that's bound to
She
upset
won't
an
talk to
immortal
you.
being.
Only the seed may know.
Hey, I think that means me. I don't know why she tried to kill me then. That's very rude. She could have just freaking told me. No need for violence. Alchemist tried to learn from Usha. Usha was tortured by Joseph Hill, but told him nothing because he is not a seed. Okay, well, that's all there. Can't climb over that. The essential salts of animals may be so prepared and preserved that an ingenious man may have the whole Ark of Noah in his own study, and raise the fine shape of an animal out of its ashes at his pleasure. And by the like method from the essential salts or salties of humane dust, a philosopher may, without any criminal necromancy, call up the shape of any dead ancestor from the dust whereinto his body has been incinerated. Borellus. It's an old-ass book about necromancy, I guess. Alchemist's Journal. Materialization successful. Had to burn subject with acid to make talk. Who could imagine the entrance was the crypt? Materialization successful. Hard to understand the deceased. Dialect is very old, and he knows nothing about stopping madness. Raymond found the mummy I was after, but she refuses to discuss Katiganar or madness. Even acid didn't help. This Dane Raymond wants his gold, but she remains silent. Told me I'm not K chosen. We must try harder. Usha may wish for death, but as long as I have her essential salts, I can revive her. There will be no escape from the pain. Aha!
It looks like it contains ashes mixed with salt. I do not want to know its origin.
Oh, I think I know. Apparently you can just revive them with the salts. Yeah, I mean, I would just, like... Something talking to me like that, I would just leave locked up and be like, I'm gonna go. You can stay here. But I'm out.
You promised we'd be rich, Hill. Go ask her about gold. Not that nonsense about Kathy Damhar or seals.
Kathy Damhar. That doesn't actually make sense. As a statement. That only actually makes sense to mispronounce it like that if you've been reading it. And I'm sure he has not been reading it. He has just been hearing him talk about it. So I don't see why he would call it, like, Kathy Damhar.
Stop this monstrosity! Let me in!
Oh, good.
Damn, you broke the ceiling circles.
Time to figure this out.
Okay, well, it would seem that this one was first, probably. He was like, I'm upsetty spaghetti. Brah.
You promised we'd be rich.
Then he
Hill.
came down here,
Go
and
ask
then he
her
was
about
like
gold. Not that
grumbling,
naughty.
and then
You
hit
run
the
ceiling
seal.
circles.
And then he got his face bashed against his door.
Stop this
Cool.
monstrosity! Let me in!
Joseph Hill and Raymond tortured Usha to find out how to get inside Katiganar. But she got free and attacked them. Hill fled, leaving Raymond alone with her.
Whoa.
Stop. She has something to say.
Oh, does she?
I was looking for you. We have to talk about the undead Mayan.
You don't need to hurt her. She knows what you
Why
want.
is his face all like getting sucked in
She
by
can
the
offer a deal.
side of the screen there? Usha,
Last
what
I
happened?
heard, you were trying to shoot Usha, but now you're her messenger. Why the about face?
She took this body as her vessel. She doesn't want to frighten you.
Well, using a man as a puppet is still creepy, Usha.
Well, Usha, you're doing okay, but let's square on some things. Let's
What
get
deal
this
are you
straight.
talking about?
You, chosen, must descend into the depths, into the shell.
That is the plan.
She knows the way.
I need to enter to stop the madness. If you tell me how to do it, I won't pursue you.
Generous. She has another offer. Help her, and she will tell you how
What does
to
that
meet
mean
your
exactly?
destiny.
And what exactly am I supposed to do?
Kill sorcerer.
Whoa.
Joseph. He does not let her rest. He will pursue and enslave her once again.
You could have just told Joseph what he wanted. What difference would it have made?
The sorcerer does not deserve these gifts. He is guided by pride and greed. She waited for the K chosen
I
to
see.
appear, and here you
She
are.
just doesn't like him.
Marked, tied up by fate.
I mean, he is an
She
ass,
sees it in your
from her
eyes,
perspective,
wide shut.
at the very least.
What will you do after you're
Yeah,
free?
what's your
Live.
plan? That's okay. Well, that's
Why should I kill Joseph?
not particularly
Why do you
clear.
keep calling him a sorcerer?
He woke her up, plundered her body, forced her to breathe once more,
Not-
cut her,
Not
pierced
great
her,
things to do.
burned her,
Chat
kept her in
disconnected.
chains.
You want revenge.
She wants freedom. No freedom while the sorcerer lives.
You good, YouTube? Let's just go check the freaking monitoring stream. Seems to be all in place. Excellent. Okay. Great. Carrying on.
If I do what you ask, where will we meet?
Among the stone
Freaking chat.
fingers in the Garden of the Dead.
Oh, can't you just tell it straight? I've had enough riddles for a lifetime.
She believes
You're a
your
private
mind is
investigator,
not
you
that
dumbass.
weak.
After
Yeah,
everything
sure.
I've seen in this laboratory, I'm on your side.
She will wait for you.
I'm broadly against the idea of necromancy. That's not ideal, I think. Whoops. Tortured. Raymond is hired as a resurrected mind trying to kill Hill. Usha wants revenge on Hill, but can't do it herself. She promised me the secrets of Katiganar as a reward. Usha won't tell me anything. Usha's proposal is a trap. She could wait for me to kill Joseph, then refuse to tell me anything about Katiganar. Or Usha can tell me about Katiganar. I think she can. She was pretty consistent in that regard. Usha hides underwater in her tomb. The entrance is in the cemetery, marked with 5 finger-shaped stones. This is exactly what Joseph Hill asked me to find out. Hill betrayed Raymond. Hill hired Raymond as a body snatcher to bring him Usha's corpse. When she got free, Hill abandoned Raymond. He's kind of a dick. Hill cannot be trusted. Was just using me to deal with Usha, just like a whoopsies. Is not a man who can be trusted. I believe that to be true. Hill must be killed, while Usha would need to continue feeding on Oakmonters. She knows firsthand how to enter Katiganar. Hill is a mad alchemist and cannot be trusted. He betrayed Raymond and lied to me before. I need to kill him to prove to Usha I'm on her side. So what's the other side of this? Usha must be killed. Though Hill is obsessed with resurrecting the dead and may yet create more dangerous abominations, he shares my goal of stopping the madness. Usha is a blood-sucking monster and cannot be trusted. I must kill her and bring Hill her ashes. Alright, so... no. We're gonna kill Hill, because... the thing is, no matter how monstrous Usha is, which does appear to be monstrous, like... Hill did that. That's the thing Hill did. Hill made that happen. And that's not good. Where's Hill? Was he up here? Residence of Joseph Hill. Yes. Yes, it is. Can I actually get all the way up there just by using the river? I can. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, we want to go east. That's crazy. There's so much damn water. I mean, I guess it is the sinking city. Well, hey, a nice free chair for anybody who wants one. You know what? This is very close to a teleport. Why sail when you can teleport? There we go. Off we go. They do keep hitting me with complications that I do not anticipate, however. We shall see if we can actually complete this today. I just don't know. This whole find a blood-sucking monster thing was not on my bingo card. But here we are, tracking down blood-sucking monsters. Hello. You crazy bastard. Stealing your stuff. Stealing your other stuff. That's not your stuff to steal. I thought there was another one. Oh well. Hello, sir. I am here to kill you.
Explanation, Joseph.
No? What do you want to know?
I've got questions.
I found the laboratory, Joseph. The one used to raise dead from the ashes and salt.
Yeah, that.
Then you understand why I need Usha's body. She knows what we both need. The way inside Katiganar.
You revived the dead, then
You're crazy,
tortured
bro.
them. That's an abomination.
Do not rush to judgment, Reed. They had their time. Would you truly value one old life over the suffering of millions? They're not even human.
I mean, they were human, and you made this happen.
Monstrosities. They are just the vessels of their former knowledge.
No matter how horrible he tries to make these monsters sound, like, he's the one who made it. Like, that's a self-own.
I know you had a deal with Raymond.
Also,
the man who
YouTube,
brought you
why
the mummy.
have you left
What
this?
happened to him?
This is very
He
annoying.
didn't deserve. This
You
newcomer. He
stupid
was only interested
dumbass.
in treasure. It's his fault Usha is after us now.
He's her toy now. Possessed and tormented. But it was you who let this happen.
It is.
Me? I did not free her, and for Kay's sake, why should I risk everything to save an imbecile? My mission is of far greater importance.
Yep. You kind of suck, Hill. Hold on, let me see if I can get rid of these. I can't. Let me just. Can I just push this? Push him right off the screen. Hold on. We're doing. Okay, I fixed it. Problem solved.
You tormented Usha to get the knowledge you were after. Why?
She refused to tell me what I needed. I was trying to find another way, but until the spell was found, I used more
Bro, you suck.
Like
You are a
pouring
monster.
It was stubborn, no longer human. I was forced to try everything. Every time I recreated her, she told me I didn't deserve the knowledge.
I'm inclined to agree with her.
Usha made me a proposal. She's willing to help me get inside Katiganor.
What? Surely not. It must be a trap.
You didn't even ask me what you wanted in return.
I fear
Hey,
I know
priestess.
already. She wants me dead.
Sure does,
Saying
you creep.
She's using you, Reed. She knows I'm the only one who can stop her. I have already prepared the unguent to prevent her resurrection. Please, can we just finish this as planned?
The dots in chat were, I don't know if yours says it, but there was a chat disconnect and then chat reconnect message that happened, and it was actually in the on-screen chat box, because apparently system messages don't get cleared out after the allotted time like the actual messages do, so I had to push them out of the viewable window with, something. And so, dots it is.
Sorry,
I choose
Joseph.
her.
I don't want to deal
So you're a
with
freaking
either of you,
creepo.
But Usha is the one who knows what I need, not you. Nothing personal.
It's a little personal.
You're dooming us all. I won't let you do this.
Get shoveled. All right, hold on. Let me see. I got an achievement. I got an achievement for killing the... Where are my achievements? Achievements? Kill the archaeologist. Apparently 9% of people have done that one. 9% of people agreed with killing that guy. Well. Killed Hill. Beat his ass. Alright, let me just loot this real quick. Thanks, bro. Bye. That's for being an ass. Maybe you should consider being less of an ass in the future. Okay, great. Off we go. Let me see if there's anything I can pick up now that I've used all those. Sure is. Excellent. Off we go.
You did
Oh.
well. She is pleased.
What's up, bro?
Enter her home and she will tell you the secret of the
Now we're gonna find out if it was indeed a trap.
Where will I find you?
Didn't she tell you about the stone fingers in the
Fingies.
garden where the dead men live on? She thought you'd understand.
Ah, can't you be more specific? A garden for the dead? Is that a cemetery or...
Yes, it's a cemetery, you dumbass.
You did have it.
Okay, then.
You're a private investigator, man. Shut the hell up. Well, I actually also just realized that my OBS actually is connecting to chat again, because I was able to chat through that, which I had not been able to for a little while. This is the crematorium. Of course, this means I must really dive into a tomb, but after all that's happened this week, it could be worse. Now she wants me to come to her house. It's gotta be over here. or by Joseph Hill that prevents the resurrected dead from healing their wounds. Killed. Like it's gotta be over here.
Vote for Oakmont!
Surely. Rid of that shit.
Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely.
How are you doing, priestess? How's your week going? How are classes? I just run down the rainy street. Going places. These trolleys are really a mess, aren't they? Alright, so down here. Ah, had to go home for dental appointments. Hopefully nothing too serious for the teeth. Class going well enough? Well, that's good. Anything particularly interesting this semester? Any classes you're particularly fond of? Or are you just getting through it?
Good day to you,
Hello.
kind sir. I hope that angels will be more merciful
Angels?
to you than they were with me. Oh, poor me.
Is it your face?
Did something
That-
happen?
Some Danes robbed the graves in the cemetery. If I don't find the body soon, city council will
I'm
find
not
out.
gonna help you.
But I have no idea where to start. I'll be fired. I know it. And it's the only job I'm fit for. That's what my mama said.
Tough break, bucko.
Maybe I'll...
Thank you, kind sir. At least you talked with me.
Well, this guy's
Poor old
freaking
me.
sad. That's right. I remember you mentioning the German folk tales. Glad it's living up to the expectations. This is less helpful maybe than I was hoping. Man, I don't remember shit from calculus anymore. I did lots of calculus. I don't remember any of it. St. Botolph's Cemetery. Ooh, kayaking. That's fun. It's been a while since I've been kayaking. Me and my wife would occasionally go. We never did, like, serious kayaking. It was more, you know, like, tooling around a lake and its various inlets. Not doing any kind of complicated shit. Well, to be fair, I'm engineering adjacent at the current juncture. If I were... A lot more math has come up recently than in the rest of my career, but that's just because of all of the stupid AI training that I have to go through that I don't love. And that's mostly not calculus. There are some differentials that get talked about when we're talking about descent graphs and descent. Is it graphs? Descent graphs? And then, well, AI is mostly just a version of matrix multiplication. So many matrix operations. And that's not even freaking calculus. I think that might be linear algebra, technically. And all the matrix multiplication. It might be its own thing, actually. Thing is I don't actually need to do any of the math, so it's like, it's fine. Just so much math. I can at least sort of keep up with what they're talking about. But if I had to sit down and be like, and do this matrix multiplication, I'd be like, oh shit. That's not gonna go well. Oh, maybe it's on this side. Maybe I should go over there. Honestly, it's a little bit of a bummer not remembering how to do it anymore, because I didn't hate calculus. It was interesting new things to learn. Oh, a 3-lake kayaking trail with 2 portages every year. That's awesome. Yeah, my dad did a few... not kayaking, but like canoeing / boating trips to Canada, where he would do some portaging. It was a while back that he did that, but he did that a couple times with some friends, or a friend. I've been here already. We always had a great time with that. Time to meet her and get answers. Okay, yes, but like... where? Graveyard, 5 stones. This is literally the graveyard that we have to work with. Kill and improve. Yes, we did the thing. Usha hides underwater in her tomb. The entrance is in the cemetery, marked with 5 finger-shaped stones. Okay, Usha's hideout. I mean, this is the cemetery, so... Usha hides in her tomb beneath the finger-shaped stones. Finger-shaped stones. Forest scouting. Oh, that's cool. The only foraging I ever really did was specifically for morel mushrooms. And I haven't done that in ages. But I had an uncle who had some land in a forest that would commonly grow morel mushrooms, and we'd go hunt for those. Freaking love morel mushrooms. They're freaking delicious. Five finger-like stones. Fingies. Where do we find the fingies? What constitutes a finger-like stone? Is this a finger-like stone? Oh, wait. Those are finger-like stones. I needed to think bigger. These are definitely finger-like stones. Also, it can't be more obvious. There's a freaking suit here. Duh. I am le dumbass. We're in the water. I like the water sections. Makes me think of Soma. Soma was a cool game. Whee! Alright, we've got some ancient archaeology showing up here. We got swimmy tentacle bros. Maybe I shouldn't look at. It's making me go a little insane. Ow! Ooh, ow! Not that. Stop, bro. Come on, man. I'm just trying to look at shit.
masterfully carved head seems like a real treasure. So, Raymond was not the only visitor of this sunken tomb. Just one of the...
Ow. My sanity is going to shit. Yep, okay. It's fine. I finally got the scary things out of sight. I do miss going morel mushroom hunting a little bit, though. Because, like, I liked...
Something feels wrong with this
There's something
statue.
satisfying about going
There's
out
no
there and,
trace
like,
of seaweed on it.
finding and succeeding and, like, getting stuff. And, like, that was fun enough also with, like, fishing. The problem I always had is, like, success is fun in those cases, but there's so much time, like, walking around or waiting around that's, like, not successful that I really, like, that becomes much more boring to me.
Feels wrong with this statue. There's no trace of seaweed.
Oh, there we
on
go.
it.
And that's the part I don't like, is all of the attempts that were made to, like, go out there and find morel mushrooms that just ended in failure. And it's like, oh, well, great. I spent hours just jacking around. Or fishing. I'm not a huge fan of fishing because there's just so much downtime of not engaging or doing or thinking, and I like being actively engaged more than fishing. But the success is fun. When you succeed, there's certainly fun to be had. I get the appeal in some sense.
I fulfilled my part of the deal. Now it's your turn.
Don't make me kill you too.
What's marked, man?
I
Ask
will.
and she will answer. Stop the cycle like the cab before you. Like the ancestors.
What lies beneath this city?
Yeah.
Tell me about the ruins.
Are we going in?
Temple. A prison. A cradle of old K. A dark pit speaking with many voices. She never knew.
Welcome back, Whitney.
Only
We are
Katikona.
possibly getting into the depths.
She asked the dead. The
We're talking to an ancient Mayan priestess now,
And they asked their dead
who was
like
resurrected
you ask her
by an
now.
asshole who we killed.
This is the cycle.
I think that's where we're at.
Tell me how I can enter the temple.
You must find the sacred seal.
Got
the
it.
key to the monoliths. You and it know each other. It will obey.
You mean this one?
Yes, yes,
This
faith
one?
is kind. Now listen well. You have seen the great stone in the city center? This is the gate to Shivalba.
Shibalba.
How do I open the gate in the monolith?
You must search for a hollow.
These camera angles, man.
Accept the seal.
And that's it?
No.
No.
The seal is
Oh.
incomplete. You
K
must
fingers.
gather 3 K fingers growing on the 3 monoliths and unite them with the seal.
What the heck is that?
So I've got to find pieces of 3 monoliths. Can you at least tell me where they are?
She doesn't know. But every cycle, the fire servants gather near these special places. Find
Fire
them.
servants gather.
They will have the answer.
Okay.
How can I stop the madness that seeps from below? What waits for me down there?
You will find out when it is time. Her marked man descended, and the Katiganar slept. Follow his path. Do as he did.
Oh, awfully
And
green.
Did he return?
No.
Nope.
You say there were others before me. Who were they?
Marked men and women and things that went before.
That camera
This
angle,
place
man.
is old, but it still stands.
Why do you call me marked?
You bear the
Did
touch
anybody
of
playtest
old
this?
clay.
Did anybody playtest any
You
conversation?
feel more and are even more inside.
She didn't. She pretty much just said keep on keeping on.
I just need to find the fire worshippers, then gather the 3K fingers to complete the seal. I suppose it could be worse.
She wishes you
I actually did several years of Boy Scouting as well. Well, no, I didn't do several years of Boy Scouting. I did the
She must
like the entirety of Cub Scouts, and then I did 1 year of of Boy Scouts. I had a terrible time on one of the camping trips, and like it was just an awful experience, and they were so unhelpful, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do that anymore. Like, you know what? I don't think that's for me, so I just stopped. Egg over rice. I love egg over rice. That is like an undervalued treat. One, rice. Rice is delicious. And then you add a nice yolky egg over it. Delightful. Okay.
Farewell. I don't know if it's possible, but
I'm
I hope
gonna
you can
let her
find some
live.
good in your new life.
Oh, she will enjoy it. But must change before leaving this place.
I don't like how you said that. Well, we'll see if that's a terrible choice later on, I guess. I mean, I guess just... Whoa! 3 knowledge points! Holy smokes! Okay, what can I do about... Keep an extra bullet loaded, gaining a chance to deal double damage with a pistol. Load your revolver faster. Gaining a chance to deal double damage with the revolver. 2 additional shells in the shotgun. Machine gun accuracy increased. So we'll get this. Wider shotgun spread, improved damage. Let's do the 2 more shots. All right, we're in it to win it now. Now I have everything I need. The seal and the knowledge of how to enter Katiganar. I fear that there may be no coming back from what comes next, so it's time to put all my affairs in order. When I'm ready, I'll return to my room in the Devil's Reef Hotel to rest and prepare for Katiganar. Got it, okay. I've never had chili oil. I know chili oil has been really, like, really popular lately. Lots of people have been enjoying chili oil. It is not something that I have actually had. Or at least as far as I'm aware. If chili oil is just like a thing that ends up on some like Asian dishes and I just haven't been paying attention, then I probably have. But it's also possible that I have not. I don't love, like, crazy spicy stuff, but I do like some spicy. The one time that I did a subathon, I'll use the term subathon simply for ease of terminology, because I wasn't actually... What I was trying to encourage was not directly monetary subs on Twitch. I was trying to encourage slash... goddamn streamer brain. I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to think of. Incentivize. That's the word. Incentivize was just like interacting with the channel at all, just to try to pull people in. The one of the boat. Okay. Oh, we're okay. We're all right. One of the few milestone goals that I did reach and then did was to have some super spicy ramen on stream. I did do that. It was very hot. It was the Baltic, like 2x spicy. It's very toasty. Have I had dim sum? I had dim sum once. let me tell you about my wild-ass dim sum experience, actually. So, I had dim sum once, and it's extremely important to know for this that I don't eat breakfast. I have never eaten breakfast. I have essentially always had, sort of like a fairly acidic gut overnight. So, like, I have gastric reflux is the term. So, like, if I'm not careful about what I'm eating late at night, or if I sleep super shitty or whatever, I can end up with, like, a really bad day the next day of, like, just a stomach full of acid leading to me, like, throwing up. It's very... This guy... It can be a very bad day. So, I don't eat breakfast. Never have. However, on the day that I went with one of my professors to Chicago in order to... Well, this is weird. I don't care for this. To start looking for an apartment to move up to Chicago. We first we left at like 5 a.m. to get there, which was like super early and also super bad for my stomach. Feels bad, man. Oh, good. I'm super crazy. Great. I love that for me. Feels good. Feels good. So before we started looking for an apartment while I was there, my professor who took me up there, have I not rested? I was supposed to rest. Do I not have the opportunity to rest? What is going on? I'll return to my room in the Devil's Reef Hotel to rest. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. How do I rest? How rest? Oh, look at all these things that I don't care about. Oh, there we go. Maybe I should have read those. So, before we were gonna go look for an apartment, my professor was actually married to somebody who's Chinese, and so he had Chinese in-laws in Chinatown in Chicago. So, like, I got my ass dragged to dim sum with my professor and his parents-in-law at, like, the most authentic Chinese dim sum place ever, where, like, they don't even get a menu. We just sit our asses down, and our Chinese hosts at that point are simply ordering whatever the hell they want in Chinese. And it's like, it's so much food. It's so much food. And, like, not eating everything ever is, like, kind of rude in a lot of cultures. So, like, oh, I am already, like, acid prone. I'm like, don't be rude to the freaking parents of random professor. Don't be a freaking dumbass. So I'm like, all right, time to just eat. Like, it was one incredible food, like absolutely killer food, but also an absolutely miserable time. Like, I ate as much as I possibly could. And then I had to take the occasional, like, break to just, like, sit in the bathroom. Like, I wasn't, like, throwing up or anything. I just had to go sit in the bathroom. I had to be like, I'm gonna just try to rally, I guess. It was, oh man, what a morning that was. Good grief. So that's my experience with dim sum. It was something.
No matter how much of this I chugged down,
it was wild. And like, I was young. Like, I was probably 20, 20. I would have been 20 at the time, I think. So, like, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. I didn't have enough yeah, it was a freaking dim sum gauntlet. I didn't have enough self-assurance or whatever to be like, to you know, work my way out of that awkward situation of being absolutely unable to eat that much. Like, I was not prepared to, like, be like, oh, don't worry about me. I just a little bit. I don't need very much. Please don't worry about me. I don't like to eat breakfast. Like, I was not equipped to navigate that social situation at the time. So I was just like, I'm dying. Please help me. No one is helping me. I'm just on my own.
I miss Boston already.
I know, right?
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Yeah, like, it's a wild story, so I've got that going for me. It definitely made for a good story. When I'm ready, I'll return to my room. Okay. I did that. I'm here. What am I supposed to do? How do I rest and prepare? How do I use this absolutely shitty bed with no covers? Oh, prophecy with my notes. Apparently I needed to start reading these. The source of the spreading madness is their dreamer's hidden daughter, locked in Katiganar, an Eldritch prison beneath Oakmont. Only a seed can enter Katiganar, and may open it or close it for one more cycle. The entrance to Katiganar is the monolith in Central Advent. To open it, I must complete the seal by finding 3 stone K fingers growing on 3 monoliths around the city. First is on the central monolith. To find the other 2, I'll need to seek out the fire worshippers. I see. Okay. I needed to read that. The Fudamaki roll. Gotcha. Yeah, there is definitely something unique about going to get some sort of food from a culture that you're not a part of with people that are directly from that culture, right? Like, there's something about it that, like, I don't know, like, you're just kind of put out of your depth in a lot of cases. Prophecy doesn't say that I'll die if I enter Katiganar. There's a chance I may survive. Well, that's the goal. Okay, the first one is on the central monolith. To find the other, the entrance is the monolith in Central Advent. Central monolith, Central Advent. I mean, it's got to be up here, right? You know, one place that you didn't do well with the Anago. See, there's nothing that particularly causes me problem with any sushi specifically, aside from the fact that I don't really care for cucumber and I don't really care for avocado. So, like, that makes it annoying for me to pick a sushi that I like. But if I were to, like, be in a situation where it's, like, I felt it imperative that I continue to eat it regardless, I could. Because it doesn't, like, totally put me off. I just don't care for it. So I'd rather have something else. Is this the monolith? What is the monolith? I'm trying to think of what, like, the worst thing I've ever eaten is. Is there something that comes to mind for the worst thing I've ever eaten? I think I've largely avoided any, like... I don't think I can think of anything that was, like, particularly egregious. That was, like...
Are you late for the cleansing, too?
Just, like, shockingly bad. I don't think so.
And my name's Charles Reed. And you are?
Meryl. But just call me sister. We're all family after all, right?
I have not
What
ended
happened
up
here?
in too many
Cleansing.
situations where I
This cycle has come to
I'm
its
careful.
end.
I'm careful to
The
not
masses of
find
us.
myself in like
So we
catastrophes.
must
Well,
purify ourselves in the fire.
Wait.
I guess actually
mean,
one thing that was really rough, one of the things that had really driven me out of the Boy Scouts,
We have
going
waited
back to that
long for this
actually,
moment. But soon the cycle
was
will be
because
renewed, and
we,
will be reborn
like
in a
the
new
group
world.
I was in on one of the early nights of this like week-long camping trip
You can leave all this behind, brother.
was, whoopsies,
how do you... what if it's just suicide?
oh, the durian
If
fruit.
the
I've never
cycle
tried it.
doesn't Restart, then we are truly blessed. For
So
we'll
the
avoid
group I was
great
in
calamity.
one of the early nights, we did not
Showed us those horrors in our
know
dreams.
how to cook,
We are not
clearly.
reborn
Like
in
we
the cycle.
we were very bad at it.
The seed
So we were
has
cooking for
succeeded,
ourselves,
and the
'cause that's
daughter
what you
is
do.
free, and that is no
One of the things we were
even in-
cooking was potatoes. And we did not cook the potatoes enough.
Do you know which of the monoliths opens the way to the city?
Why do you ask?
And if you're
It's where I need to go.
familiar with
It's
potatoes,
you. Kay Bass.
insufficiently cooked potatoes
Father
can
Nicholas
cause
knew you'd come
pretty
to us when we
severe
were
stomach
watching our dreams for you.
upset. Some gastrointestinal distress, if you will. And we definitely did not cook that enough. So it wasn't disgusting when I was eating it. But I did wake up in the middle of the night. Real rough. Like, it was real rough.
Okay. Does that mean you know which monoliths
Trying to think of anything else that's
Me?
been
No,
vile
no, I dreamed just a fraction
or
of what was needed.
disastrous.
But Father Nicholas put it all together. His notes are hidden downstairs, so that only you may find them. Take the key to the lower rooms. I think Father Nicholas left it on the altar.
Are you planning to immolate yourself?
Broadly
It is
speaking,
the
I'm
cleansing. Yes.
fairly tolerant of most food things. I don't think I've had too much that's like dramatic.
That seems like an awful way
So this
to
person
die.
should probably not
Please.
burn themselves.
I am not scared of pain. Purity will be
Maybe
my
you should be.
passage to the new cycle.
Look, you're young, with a whole life ahead of you. You can find meaning here, in this cycle.
This one.
Don't throw
This
it
cycle.
away.
Just let me think about it.
Okay. Good luck. Hey, look, a key. I guess I should look at some of these notes and stuff. Time has come, brothers and sisters. We must cleanse ourselves before we face the new world. We shall leave behind all our sorrows and passions and meet our new lives pure. Join the cleansing at St. Michael's Church of the Burning Bush. The Lord has established his throne in heaven among the tongues of flame and fiery pits. Those who are pure shall rest by his feet, and their souls will rejoice, and they will sing forever among the angels. Why do they spell angels so weird? The sinners, contrariwise, shall go to hell, the heim of devil sunken below, with its cold streets of silver cobblestones, where they'll rest in eternal suffering until the end of time. Cool, dudes. Oop. Shopping. Cans of gasoline, at least 5. Kindling, make sure it's dry. Large box of matches. Try to get everything to church before dawn. Wow, what a shopping list. What a shopping list. That's a sort of shopping list that gets you freaking investigated on your way out of the store. Just like matches, gasoline, and some kindling. Like, what are you planning to do, buckaroo? Where are you going next? Brothers and sisters, please be careful. The end of the cycle is nigh, and wild beasts have begun to inadvertently emerge in some of our premises. If you are visiting the Zetetic Room, please exercise extreme caution and be sure to bear arms. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Priestess. Good luck on your classes and such. Have a good night. Yoink.
lucid dreaming, dream wandering. Someone's been studying hard.
Hey, look, a false wall, I'm sure. Whoop. I got you that. Hooray, explosives. They're the best. Just immediately replace our explosive, because that's how we do. Look at all those supplies that we have. At last, the dreams of my brothers and sisters have started to become clear. The cycle has come to its end. Time to perform the cleansing so our souls can retain their memory, their purpose. I put together all the signs from our dreams and hid them so only the seed can find them. They'll help him find what he seeks. Seed, if you are reading this, I hope you'll restart the cycle so that we may meet in the next one. Wait, I already opened that several times. The human blood is to find treasures of the ones who are not human anymore. The first stone will drop the shadow on his dwelling. 3 lives take their start among the iron horses in the shadow of the second stone. The waters will wash away the first blood they spill. This big-ass jade chalice. A thingy. A thingy.
This must be part of the seal.
Seems likely. 1 out of 3.
Sleeping draft. A strong one.
The old laudanum. Never fails. Okay. Father Nicholas wrote instructions on how to find the other 2 monoliths, which I need to open the entrance to Katiganar. He hid the instructions downstairs, so only the seed can find them. The key to the lower rooms is on the altar. Old and shiny. 1 K finger on a monolith and add it to the seal. I'll need to find the other 2. Oh, restart the cycle and save mankind. If I restart the cycle, Oakmont will be destroyed, but mankind will be spared for another few centuries. Restarting the cycle is useless. There's no sense in postponing the inevitable. One day someone will end the cycle and mankind will be destroyed. Is that... Alright, well, we'll see what the end conclusion is. I'd like a way to maybe fix this forever, but maybe that's just not Lovecraftian enough. Oh, wait. Hold on. Where are you pointing me? Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's what we need. Give me those notes.
Looks like this was left for me.
The first monolith, by its mere presence, shall transform a man from ordinary to renowned. Once the water rises, he will divine inhuman treasures never before seen, drawing crowds in acclaim to his humble abode. Many shall praise him, transcribe his words, and share his face on paper. Seek the monolith, for it hides what the seed desires under the azure cloak. The second monolith, portentous and proud, shall be delivered unto Oakmont with disciples 3, each identical to the last. They shall enter this world in an uncertain hour, as the first young citizens of Oakmont after the waters rise. Seek the monolith, for it holds that which the seed desires. That is not tremendously clear. First monolith, by its mere presence, once water rises, he will divine inhuman treasures, never drawing crowds into acclaim his home. Many shall praise him, transcribe his words, and share his face on paper. Okay, so that might be at the newspaper place. And then this one, the second part, might be at the city hall. First young citizens of Oakmont after the waters rise. I feel like they are giving me information to... She burned her ass. Well, I did tell you you shouldn't do that. But you're an idiot. Okay, so what do we got? We got the library. The city hall is like right here. So let's go over to the city hall. And see if we can't find out anything about that second clue. Oh, do I have to go through a infected zone? I would rather not. Rain, how very fitting. I taste like the dreams of mad children. That seems about right. I probably do. Oh, also, I figured out... I went sleuthing through the VOD where all of the model color chaos occurred, and I figured out why the color, like, freaked out and went 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's just, like, a thing that happens if rainbow is active and a color change is initiated. So if, like, either exclamation mark color or at the end of exclamation mark color when it's trying to revert to normal color, if those happen while rainbow is active, the color goes wild. It's just a thing that happens, apparently. Not reversing. It's not the invert. It's specifically rain. Or not rain. I'm looking at rain. Rainbow. The exclamation mark rainbow. While that is active, using exclamation mark color. Or, in the case of vice versa, if exclamation mark color is active and then rainbow is active, once the exclamation mark color wears off, it attempts to revert the color back to normal, which also does the same freak out while rainbow is active. So it's like those two interactions make things go wild for some reason. Second part of instructions. Yeah, right. Here, I can show, because I have the color toggles ready. So here's the, like, not that one. Let me reset. First, so, like, once we got rainbow going, right? Rainbow's active. If I start toggling colors, it freaks out for a second. I don't know why. It just does that. Sometimes, like, it's got to figure out where it's supposed to go, I guess, around the hue wheel. Because the hue is controlled like an angle, technically, and it just, like, it goes crazy. It's wild. It's a fun trick. Citizens. After the flood. Enter this world in an uncertain hour as the first young citizens of Oakmont after the waters rise. Citizen records? Nailed it. Beep, 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 beep. Record of triplets. Laura, Claire, and Allison Whiteley. Triplets. At the start of the flood. Railway station on the intersection of Salvation Road and Moreland Road in Western Shells. Father unknown. Okay, here we go. Western Shells. The Shells. Intersection of Salvation and Moreland. Salvation, and Moreland. Convenient. Let's see here. Do we want to... Let's go ahead and run over to the newspaper first. Get both of the clues worked out, and then we'll go try to wrap those up. Come on, trash can. It's got rags. Trash cans are actually one of the more reliable places to get rags. Very convenient. That's not the door I wanted. Here. This is what we want. The old Oakmont Chronicle. Because I think they were saying that they would be writing about them. First part of the instructions. Once he will divine inhuman treasures never before seen, drawing crowds and acclaim to his humble abode. Many shall praise him, transcribe his words, and share his face on paper. Seek the monolith, for it hides what the sea desires beneath the azure cloak. All divine and human treasures never foreseen. Celebrities? After the flood? Current events? Articles and interviews. There we go. Incredible discoveries. A small strand line at the eastern end of Old Colony Street is now the talk of Oakmont. Jimmy Price, a fisherman living in the boondocks on the border of Coverside and Grimhaven Bay, has become famous overnight for his remarkable findings. Not a week passes without him emerging from the sea with another piece of gold, jewelry, or ancient treasure. Antiquities expert Diane Miles is baffled. These trinkets are unlike anything I've ever seen, said Ms. Miles. The only thing I can tell you for certain is it's pretty darn old. Okay, so then this one, border between Coverside and Grimhaven. The strand line on the eastern end of Old Colony Road. Okay, so over here. All right. That should be all the information we need. Now we simply need to go execute on our newfound knowledge and find those seal pieces.
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Through the mountains. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. I think that's how it goes. Okay, so we're looking for a house with triplets at this corner, I guess. Have any indication of what building we can even go in? What's this about? Triplets. Where would the triplets be? Name. Right. Place of birth. Place of birth is here. Mother Lethica Whiteley, deceased in childbirth. So this is a place of birth. Is that even relevant? Yeah, okay, so these are giving me places I need to go. There was an MD I saw over here. West MD. Okay, so this... Going here? No. I mean, that's probably where they were birthed, right? That would make sense. I like sound alert as well. I just generally like sound alerts broadly. I think they are amusing. This I think I had already been to for a different thing. Yes. Yes, this isn't it. Because I've been here before. Yep. I remember being here. Laura, Claire, and Allison Wiley. Date of birth is lost. Railway station. Railway station specifically. Intersection. Okay. Railway station. Oh, I guess that's probably the railway station, actually. Oh, is that what it's from? I did not realize that. I never watched Avatar the Last Airbender. It just like never sort of reached a high enough on my list of stuff to watch for me to sit down and do it. Come on, you two dumbasses. Get together. I got you that. Oh, you survived, you little bugger. That's what you get. My item wheel is getting increasingly large. Just keeps growing. Growing and growing and growing. Some crazy guy with a ukulele. Okay, well, that's funny. What am I even looking for here? Here we go. I'll just... Ow. There you go. Blammo. Get rid of this shit. Oh, that's how. That makes sense. What am I looking for here? Yeah, Diener, that's another reason I probably didn't watch it. Not that necessarily Avatar the Last Airbender is, like, just for kids, but, like, I would have been also, like, a bit older, I think, than the target demographic at the time. So just, like, didn't properly come across my...
Even this monstrosity couldn't survive being riddled with harpoons.
My radar at the time. I was probably, like, just starting college, so I had other shit to do.
Shipping off such a huge piece would require a lot of effort. You couldn't do this alone.
Uh-huh. I found a thing.
The chip looks fresh. The same pattern as on the monolith.
Okay. I guess that's true. We're all certainly in the same vicinity. So I guess that's true. I have a couple years on you. I'll be 38 next month. So I got a bit on you. And Diener, I believe, just turned 40. Or is very soon turning 40. So we're all... And it's like those 3 or 4 years, like... in that period of time, from like, you know, being like just into high school or otherwise being in college, like I feel like the media you are consuming at that time can be like a significant shift, I feel like. So like it only takes a couple years to like just totally miss something that like literally everybody that was a little younger than you, like it's like a core part of their growing up, right? Like just a few years and you're like, yeah, I missed that entirely. And they're like, what do you mean you didn't grow up on Harry Potter or whatever? It's like, yeah, I didn't. Like, okay, so what did I have to say?
Definitely handmade. Looks like a piece of the monolith.
Looks like a piece of the monolith. Right, what am I looking for here? I need into the monolith.
Chipping off such a huge piece would require a lot of effort.
See, Inuyasha I was watching some of. So that was the, like, back in the days of Toonami on Cartoon Network. That's where I think I first saw Outlaw Star, too.
Took a good bite out of this poor man.
Like Outlaw Star, Inuyasha, what was the name of the other one? There's another one that, like, is coming to mind that I can't quite recall the name of.
Harder! We must have this piece of the stone. It's blessed.
Like, Toonami was, like, very formative for introductions into anime in general. That was like, I didn't know anything like this existed, and I was like, oh,
figure this out.
This is incredible! Cowboy Bebop was another one. Not the one that I was thinking, but it is another one. Okay, so what was the other?
Harder! We must have this piece of the stone. It's blessed. Hurry! I think I heard something.
I didn't really recall Samurai Champloo. I didn't really watch that
A
one.
group of fanatics chipped off a piece of the monolith and got away with it. Apparently it was the one with the niche I need.
I do recall Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I never got Space Ghost. Like, it was just not really something that I ever watched. Where did it end up? So I see some cart tracks. Supposed to be following a cart. But where did the cart go? It was, I don't remember if Ghost in the Shell was on there. It may have been. I feel like it had to have been, because I know I've seen, like, a little bit of, Ghost in the Shell, but I've never sought out Ghost in the Shell, so it must have been there. It's like, that's just how I would have stumbled across it. I am so full of inventory shit. I'm loaded to the gills. I don't know. I don't think Evangelion was on it. I don't think Full Metal Alchemist was on it. Escaflowne, I think, might have been on it. Because I know, Kappa, you really liked Escaflowne, and I liked it as well, and I think that's where we got introduced to it. Here's a chunk of it. Where'd it go? Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. I see some cart tracks. There we go.
Definitely handmade. Looks like a piece of the monolith. All soaked in blood.
Here we
I hope
go.
It's still readable.
Excited to be the secretary of our community. The history of our ascension will be written with my own hand. 2 days ago, found the blessed piece of the stone. It's so close. The hour of our ascension draws near. New headquarters in Western Shells, on Justice Street, between Innershine Street and Warren Road, close to the stone, so it'll be easier to transport.
I wouldn't want to be him.
Okay, so we have Western Shells on... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Western Shells on Justice Street between Innershine and Warren. Justice, Innershine, and Warren. There we go. Okay, so very close. Oh, wasn't Evangelion? I don't think I watched Evangelion yet. If I did, that was another one that I didn't get yet, and I watched later. What happened to my camera on the boat? Why is it freaking stuck in a Dutch angle? What is going on with my boat?
I hope they didn't smash the part I need.
Are you guys
This statue
okay?
is incredibly detailed. It's practically lifelike.
Bro, those are not statues. All the weird...
Damn.
Were they?
Actually try to chew that?
Whoa, these guys are crazy. They're like, yay, we got the magic stone we wanted. Time to eat it. Nom nom. What is that? What is what? What is it that you're referring to? The magic stone that they are nom nom nomming?
Did they actually try to
and
chew
teeth?
that?
Nope, those are just whole ass rocks that they are just breaking their teeth on.
The door won't budge. There you are.
So I'm sorry to give you like an even worse image for your head, but so this is the way they always present this sort of thing, right? Like broken teeth coming out like that. That's what they do to indicate like teeth, but the teeth would be shattered. Like they would be grotesquely like broken into fragments. Like I guess it's nice of them not to model it like that, but in all reality, if you ended up with your teeth coming out because you were trying to eat a stone, your teeth would be shattered, and like they would not be coming out in a clean piece like that. You would be pulling shards of your teeth out, which is, you know, a little bit of nightmare fuel. You know, it's really alarming. So when I had my wisdom teeth out, I was porn in college. I might have told this story before. It's one of my few good stories, but here we are again. So I was porn in college, and I simply did not have the funds to go under. So I was like, minimum, whatever the cheapest way for me to get this shit done is the goal. So I didn't have laughing gas. I didn't have anesthesia. All I had was Novocaine. So I was fully cognizant and competent and in control of my capacities when I had my wisdom teeth out. And, like, they were fully impacted teeth. So, like, I was numb, but I was fully aware for the process that goes into removing teeth and the fact that they have to break them off of your jaw. Like, I was awake for that.
Let's see what we have here.
So I well know the sort of feeling and sound that occurs when teeth are shattered in your skull.
I'll lock you up so no one can interrupt. Let me take the key.
And what was really funny was when so while I was there doing that,
and the leftovers were taken upstairs.
We got through 2 because they do one like a whole side at a time, and I had to have all 4 of them yanked. They do one side at a time because once you get one side out, like the other side can stay because they try to keep your teeth together so they have something to run into for what growth they have done, rather than being like totally mismatched or whatever. It was funny because I had been going through this rather alarming experience. And they had gotten one side done. Oh, a key. And it was funny because the surgeon was like, okay, you know, like, we can take a minute. Do you want to call it here? Like, we can continue this another day if you want, whatever, you know, checking up on me. And I was like, you're going to go ahead and finish. Because if I leave here, I'm never coming back. Like, it's just like, I'm not gonna, like, have to drag my ass back to this office, sit my ass back in this chair knowing what's going to be coming. You're going to finish the wisdom teeth. And so he got the other 2 cracked out, and I was like, well, goodbye forever. My wisdom teeth removal was quite an adventure.
This must be part of the seal.
Dude, that sucks, Whitney. That, like, super duper sucks. What does not suck is what Diener had mentioned about, well, not the disturbing sound, but rather the daughter making him watch the Studio Ghibli movies, which is delightful. I freaking love Studio Ghibli. Oh, yeah. Waking up with, like, tubes and shit is a bad time. Oh, hey, the Dutch angle's fixed. I had, it wasn't like a surgery, but I had some, like, I had food caught in my throat at one point in time, and so I had to go in and get scoped, to essentially, like, push it out of my throat. It was a whole thing. But in the process of that, like, I got some degree of anesthesia to, like, not panic when with a scope freaking running down your throat. And I definitely continued with the scope freaking running down my throat. It's like, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. They were like, chill out, it's fine, everything's fine. And they're like, calm down. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, I'm having a much worse time than I was 10 minutes ago. Can we talk about that? Yeah, Studio Ghibli movies do something better than, like, almost any other movies, I think. And it's, like, their ability to just be, like, comfortable rewatched movies. Because I don't really like rewatching most movies. Because they sort of end up boring me when it's like, I know what's coming, it's predictable, I don't, you know, like, there's not too much there to enjoy after I've, like, seen a movie, generally. But, like, the vibes put forward by Studio Ghibli movies are, like, immaculate, and so it's almost like the core enjoyment provided isn't necessarily the story itself or, like, you know, anything that's going on in the movie, despite those being perfectly acceptable at all times and sometimes even, like, very good, right? Oh no, don't get caught. Like, their stories are great and whatever, but, like, I think just the aesthetic, the vibe, the comfort that comes from, like, watching those movies are, like, supersede the fact that there's any plot. It's just like you can put it on and just be, like, comforted. My thing is, if I'm ever sick or, like, I'm struggling to go to sleep or, like, feeling shitty or whatever, I always put on Howl's Moving Castle. Like, I just put on Howl's Moving Castle, sit my ass, or, well, really lay my ass down on the couch and just, like, let that, like, soothe me back to sleep or relaxation. They're just so good for that. They're the best at that. They do that, like, better than Disney. Disney stuff never had the same vibe to me. Nothing does it like a Studio Ghibli movie. The Tanuki one is weird. You're not wrong. That one's pretty wacky.
No sign of a seal fragment on this side of the monolith. This isn't gonna be easy.
They really do. Well, and a big part, honestly, that I also really appreciate out of Studio Ghibli is they didn't abandon, like, the hand-drawn art style. I'm sure they do it digitally now, but, like, Disney feels like it's almost entirely moved to CGI or making live-action shit out of what used to be the, like, hand-drawn animation. Like, I miss that art style. Like, I love that Studio Ghibli is still putting out the hand-drawn aesthetic. Yeah, like, My Neighbor Totoro, fantastic. I haven't actually seen Ponyo. Kiki's isn't my favorite, but it's still, like, just a chill watch, so, like, cool. All those, they're just, like, they're all good. Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite. Spirited Away is fantastic as well. Something in the monoliths has transformed the worships into completely new creatures. Dive to complete the seal. The prophecy says that one monolith will hide what I seek under the azure cloak. Sounds like I need to hunt for part of the seal underwater. Fisherman from the article found the gold underwater. He should have somewhere to dive from. Maybe he'll find some clues in his house. Does he have a house? Okay, so yeah, the current clue is find shit in his house. Well, and My Neighbor Totoro is also one that has a special nostalgic place for both me and Kappa, because that was My Neighbor Totoro was a movie that my grandma had at her place. So we would usually visit her, like, once a year for, like, I think something like a week or so during the summers when we were very young. So, like, we would watch the shit out of My Neighbor Totoro. So, like, that's where we were first introduced to those, like, Studio Ghibli movies at all. Oh, here we go. I can climb into this house. I have seen Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Tales of Earthsea. I have seen them much less. They have a...
Budge.
They do have, I feel like, a bit of a different vibe. Still a good vibe, but less comfort vibes, and it's, like, more of the... I mean, more of a, like, a typical sort of fantasy, grand vibe to them. Which I thought was kind of cool. But they're a little harder to rewatch for me because I think they lean a little bit more on the story. So, like, they eke a little bit closer to, like, normal movie territory where I'm like, I don't feel the need to rewatch them as much as something like Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle or My Neighbor Totoro, where it's just, like, full vibes. Oh, the Secret Life of Arrietty, that's another one I like too. Oh, freaking Ren and Stimpy and the Tick. Oh, man. Those were my favorite, like, normal cartoon was always Angry Beavers. I really liked the Angry Beavers. Jimmy, none of us is going to leave our homes and join this Dane adventure of yours. We're perfectly fine here in Oakmont and have no need to look for a better place. Moreover, calling your Skip Archie is drock of a Dane idea. Aunt Lavinia. Oh, you didn't like the Arrietty one? The thing about Arrietty is that, like, it's a much more downer of an ending. That was one thing that I always struck me about Arrietty, because, like, I don't love sad endings, and that one's kind of sad. Like, you hope for a better outcome, and it's like, oh well. Since the day Oakmont was stricken by the flood, fishermen have complained that their prey seemed to have vacated all the coastal waters. I have no clue where the druck all the fisk went, said Mr. B. Morgan, a fisherman from Salvation Harbor. We return empty-handed every single time, yet those toad-faced scum return with nets loaded up with fisk. This is witchcraft of their underwater kin, I'm telling you. The port is ringing with dissatisfaction at the unprecedented advantage that Innsmouthers have in the fishing trade. To what can this success be attributed? The Oakmont Chronicle will investigate. One thing's for sure, though. Something smells fisky. Man, I haven't watched Angry Beavers in forever. I did watch a good chunk of it after childhood. It has still been, like, many, many years, but I don't remember what opportunity I got to watch it again. But I did watch some of it, and I remember thinking that it actually held up pretty well. Like, as cartoons go, it was still funny and entertaining, despite, like, being 15 whatever years old when I watched it a second time. And I was like, you know what? They did a good job.
You a local? Can I ask you about this shore?
Live here for 30 years. I'm gonna die here. So, what do you want?
I need to get to the base.
All right, man. We'll need to.
Beach. And where's the best place
Get
to
all bummed
dive?
out about
So
dying
you're going
here.
to hell like everyone else. Figures.
What do you mean?
You know it.
So was Archie. My family, all of them drowned. Something in the mail. It calls to them. It hypnotizes them. So you still want to go?
Yep.
I've got
Sure do.
choice.
Then may I ask you for a favor? Would you put these crosses on my relatives down there?
Oh.
I don't know how else to help their poor souls. If you agree, I'll show you where I used to dive. Before the snub.
Won't it be difficult to identify?
How do I identify your dumb
It's only
relatives?
been 2 days. They're bodies will not have spoiled.
But there's the fish.
The
Dude, it's
fish
been
can
like 2
board the
days.
rock,
They'll be fine.
like anything alive.
I'll help.
Fine.
Now, give me the crosses and show me where to dive.
Okay, bless you, mister.
I'll just toss the
haven't got a
crosses.
spot
Just
on
go
the
down
first
there and be
floor.
like, yeah, I did it. Whatever.
Here's a key.
I didn't get your name. What do they call you?
Jimmy Price. Why do you ask?
We're literally Jimmy Price.
No reason. Just wanted to know your name.
Oh, okay.
Just being cordial, bro. Set of wooden crosses. Let's get on down there. Wee. Okie doke. Let us proceed. Yeah, they had the goofiest names. Trying to think of the other various wild cartoons that I enjoyed back in the day. There's also the Rocko's Modern Life. That one... that one, in a sense, also holds up. But honestly, it holds up in a sense where if you watch it when you're older, it's more like... How did they get away with this? It, like...
I hope you find a place where your soul can rest in peace.
Rocko's Modern Life was wild. The claymation movie, The Adventures of Mark Twain. No, I did not.
That is beyond awful.
That's crazy that it is like a claymation. That's interesting. Not a whole lot of claymation movies, I feel like, broadly speaking. Whoa, sir. Get away from me, you bastard.
This is grotesque. Neither alive nor dead.
You know they're neither alive nor dead. You don't know that. Oh, there we go. Yep, show me. I know I recognize that name. I will have to look it up to see... to recall the sort of... the vibe of it. Because honestly, what kind of came to mind that I was more familiar with was like, Real Monsters, because that was another weird cartoon. They made some weird cartoons back in the day. Wee. I've got the complete seal. I'm gonna steal this. Never mind, I can't carry anymore. I think I did the thing for you. I did the thing.
Your family, Jimmy. Rest assured, I did what you asked.
Thank you. Hopefully it will ease their troubled souls.
Probably won't.
Sorry I asked you to risk your life on my behalf.
Yeah.
Please take this
Eyes in the hands.
as a token
Yep.
of my gratitude.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, thanks for stuff, though. All right, before I proceed, since I think we're probably right at the tail end, I'm just going to get up real quick, hit the bathroom, maybe get a snack. And then we will proceed. All right, I will be back in but a moment. Alrighty. I return. With coffee loaf, which is coffee cake, but was baked in a loaf. So it's coffee loaf. It's from Costco, and it's delicious. The sugar spike that I need to get through. How the hell did I get in here? Help. I wish to escape. There we go. Alright, so... Oh, I forgot. My controls get messed up when I come back. Yeah, there we go. Alright, fixed it. Well, I'm sure you would, Diener. It would probably be better. But it's hard to argue with the low cost and convenience of a delightful little coffee loaf from Costco. Okay, so we're going to the central one now. I eat my delightful coffee. That guy just appeared. What's the deal with that? I'm sure making it yourself would technically be a lot less expensive, but... would be a lot more work. Not actually where I intended to go, but this will work. Let's poke on over here. Little rat bastards. Get out of here, you goofy cat crabs. Crats. What? Hey, what? Oh, it's not actually a fast travel. That's rude. Yeah, that's true, Diener. That is true. Although, I at work right now, I definitely have some free time to just not work as efficiently as I'm supposed to. It's what they get for not having me full-time on a project. Man, if I don't have something to clearly work towards, my motivation plummets. Absolutely plummets. So I hate this training shit. It doesn't help that I don't care about the training. I don't want to train on LLMs and generative AI. I think it's bullshit, but I do like to keep my job, so here we are learning about all this shit of how to set up, train models and whatnot. Whoa. Get shoveled, bro. Man, I bet that was a hard transition, Diener. I can't imagine going from making money like that, or like I do, and then, you know, ending up disabled, not being able to, ow, carry on with it. That's really rough. That shit's scary to me. Tentacles. Whoa, here we go. We're going in. We're going under. How did I end up here? Well, I don't know where to go with that, because it's like, oh, it's fine. That was really hard, but it's been worse. That also sucks. But you know, you're still a pleasure to have around, so that speaks extremely well to your overall fortitude and attitude. All the tudes, really. Platitudes. Well, that's good. Could you? Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're just going. I don't need this shit in my life. I am back underwater. I don't know how I ended up here exactly. I disabled the seal and then suddenly I found myself back down here. I don't think I would want to be at the depths of the ocean either. I think there is some... okay, hello, sir. There is some extent of... he's disappeared. Some extent of scuba diving I think I could do. But I wouldn't want to go much further down than like maybe like 50 feet would probably be the limit to where I would be comfortable. Yeah. Once you get to that point where you're like lose track of the sun and shit. This might be how we die here. I'm not sure where I'm going. Should I... Maybe I should just jump... Can I jump down? Is there somewhere for me to jump down? No, maybe there is. No! No, there was not. I don't believe there was. Or, wait. No, I don't. I think this is back where I was. Maybe I can jump down here? No. No, they want it to be very clear that that is not a viable option. I needed the lesson twice, but I I get the message. I understand. I like how I can just kind of ignore those, since I can just fix my damage by cranking this thing. So clearly I gotta go over here, but it was like a dead end last time. Sir? 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 I see. That's what I was supposed to do. Yeah, the murdered tentacle dragon guys are very annoying. Speaking of which... That's not doing great things for my sanity. I'll just look at the floor, and then we can ignore it. Coffee loaf. Hold on, I need to check my mind palace. Do I have some more stuff? Okay, never mind. I love the light. You can't stop me. I am in a boat. Whoa, this is the boat cabin I started in. Actually, this is technically the beginning. Oh boy. Mind Palace. Monoliths touched by the daughter. There's a possibility that the daughter can spread her influence through the monoliths. Oh. The daughter's influence will be strongest inside Kunar. With her help, I could gain power beyond belief. Daughter's influence will be strongest inside Kunar. Whatever transformation awaits may be worse than death. I think that's probably more likely. Is this like a... I was kind of expecting it to be a platform of some kind. It was not. Okay, so now we're back at the inn room. That's no place for a bathtub.
It's a shame you'll die here, Reed. This city has far worse men than you.
What's on the ceiling? Is it? Oh, I think it's seaweed.
A lot of people want to
Hey,
leave
bro.
Oakmont, kid. Few ever succeed.
Okay.
I want none of this to be real. To wake up in my bed in Boston, eat real food, drink good coffee, and forget it all.
Don't we all? What's this? Can I look at this? Is there anything to do with this? Nope. Flashbang!
Let me be frank. You ain't welcome.
You could, hey, if you want to be frank, man, you can.
Or dot an I.
You can be whoever you want to
Every
be.
other criminal in here, newcomer.
You can just be
Please
frank.
help me die. I can't. I
Great.
just can't.
Great. We're having a very pleasant time.
No mercy, boys. He's been asking for this.
Y'all suck.
There is nothing more vile than futility. Watching this happen again and again and doing nothing. We are the agents of change, Mr. Reed.
I kind of don't like you. I kind of just want to be contrarian to whatever it is that he wants me to do. I don't remember exactly what he wants me to do, but I don't want to do it. He's kind of a tool.
Please hurry, Reed. We can still save this city.
You can't end the suffering. The
That
cycle will go
screwdriver that
on.
you're stabbing yourself with?
You can't change who you are.
That's upsetting. Well.
Forgive me, Father.
Gasoline!
For I have sinned.
That's a very different style of praise the sun, you know? We got the Dark Souls praise the sun, and then we got praise the sun where you just raise a can of gasoline over your head.
We're doomed to rot in this borg.
Wait, were you Jimmy? Didn't I just meet you?
There is a cycle. This has all happened before. She wants to be free, but she must not be, or else it all ends.
What am I looking at? I'm falling from the sky here.
Destiny waits for no man, Charles. Decide now whether this ends in salvation or blood.
Restarting the cycle is suicide. The previous seeds died, and the cycle kept repeating. The seed sacrifice must be the only way to restart it. Okay, here we go. Restart the cycle and save mankind. If I enter the gates, I'll free the dreamer's hidden daughter. If I survive that, what's left of me won't even be human. The only way to prevent mankind's destruction is to restart the cycle by my suicide. Or... there's no sense in sacrificing my life. One way or another, someone will end the cycle and the hidden daughter will be free. By entering the gates, at least I have a chance to survive. Maybe I'll even become something greater than human. I mean... I'm not one for useless cycles. And I am one for godlike powers.
I have made my choice. I willingly sacrifice myself like every seed before me. What is one life worth against all of humankind? Let the cycle restart. I have made my choice.
I think I know the order of these, thanks. They're making it extremely explicit of which place does what thing. What's that over there?
I choose annihilation. The end of all cycles. Let everything die. I accept my fate. Unlike the cowards who came before me. My hidden daughter. I am coming.
I mean, that seems like the more interesting choice. Hold on.
I choose annihilation. I accept my fate.
Hold on. Well, there's an entrance over here. What's going on over here? Is there a secret third way over here? Can I shoot the shit out of the daughter? I have a lot of bullets. Like, I am primed for a boss fight that I am not at this moment getting. Hold on. What do we got over here? Hold on. What's this? What's this?
Enough is enough. I'm leaving this damn city and its madness behind. I will not choose. I'll break the cycle and free all of us trapped in Oakmont. I will not choose. I'll break the cycle and free. Enough is enough.
Okay, so this ending seems like
behind.
The good end. I could free Oakmont. It seems like the seal could be used to release Katiganar's hold on the city, allowing people to leave. I agree, this one seems like the best ending, but I actually kind of resent how obviously the right ending it is. Like, I kind of wish they hadn't given an easy way out and made you pick the one of the other two. Or at least somehow made this... I don't know. It could be a trick. It could be. I feel like this is a thing that gets added because, like, gamers demand a win, right? And it's like, I feel like Lovecraft and Lovecraft style would definitely be like, you are dealing with powers beyond your control, and you have to fit within their rule set, right? Like, the other ones are falling into the powers rule set. You either get to sacrifice yourself and delay, or just send it. Like, those are what you get. And this is like the, well, we gotta make a game development, and here we go. I kind of do want to actually go with that one, because it feels the most narratively interesting to me. Like, that one behind is clearly the choice of, like, the hero, but I find that to be relatively narratively flat. This one, however, this one is not narratively flat. This one gives me all the power. We all know how I feel about infinite power. I'll be kind of curious to see the percentage on what I presume will be an achievement for doing this, like choosing this ending. I'm sure each ending has its own achievement. Be curious to see what the percentage is. Whoa, looking gnarly. It's a few tentacles. Oh, we're not doing so well. We didn't do so well. Sucks to be you guys. Huzzah! Everybody's dead. The stars are right. End the cycle. I think we could. Wow, 9.5% chose to do that one. That's surprising. Which is almost twice as many people that asked that stupid Imperial wizard to show a magic trick. I can't believe that's the rarest achievement I got out of this game, was asking that asshole to do a magic trick for me. That's really funny to me. Didn't do a magic trick either. I ended up having to shovel him in the head. What a bummer. That was a fun game. Alright, so what do we feel about that game? Generally, I think it was fun. A few points of feedback I think that I would broadly give it is that I think it might have been better served emphasizing a little heavier on puzzles and investigation, because a lot of the time was spent doing investigations, but there were very few mechanics around doing the investigations. Like, most of the gameplay mechanics were still around sort of combat and survival, but I think what fell off with the combat and survival is that doing it was fine and fun enough, but like it wasn't really very pressing, right? I had so much ammo, and I didn't get an in-game, like, satisfying conclusion to that portion of the mechanics, right? I didn't get a big honkin' boss to deal with or anything at the end. It was just like, you figured it out, there you go. You know, like, I would have liked... Honestly, I think it would have been maybe good to even let me try to fight the final boss that, like, you go in and you get your ass eaten by Dagon or whoever, right? Like, I think it might have been better served if they let me try to fight that, even if there was no hope of victory. At least let you, like, churn bullets on him and then ultimately, like, lose out, right? Like, hold out, give decent, like, visual indications that, like, stuff is happening and, you know, fight is going and, like, all of that stuff. But just sort of flesh out the end vibe, right? Like, bring up the tension a little bit that just wasn't quite there. So I feel like that the arc of mechanics weren't quite right, because I think investigation could have used some more mechanics involved. Combat could have been even maybe a little more simple, but, like, not as much of a focus. Didn't come up as much, or, like, honestly kind of be the way it was, because it was fine. When you mentioned the pacing, which I agree, the pacing was a little all over the place. And even more so, keep in mind that it was an open world game, and I ignored, like, all of the side missions. Side missions would have destroyed the pacing of the main storyline. Like, and this is one of the things that I often criticize open world games for, which is that, like, they're just not bringing, like, much to the game. Like, it's just not bringing anything to the table, making that an open world. The only thing that it really did was it made the world feel bigger. It made the city feel like a city. I liked the little bits of pulling up the map, finding where I was needing to go. That was, like, obviously that's not a huge piece of mechanic or, like, a huge time sink, but it was like it felt like role play-y, right? Like, they're not just handing me a marker to go to. I'm a private investigator. I got an address. Time to find the address in my unfamiliar town here. I liked that. But overall, the typical inclusion of a lot of side things and whatever into an open world didn't really bring anything to the game. And if I had done those side quests, pacing would have been abysmal, because that game was best served, I think, going straight through the main storyline. Because, as with most open world games, if you do one of the main, like, storylines and then you just, like, wander off to do other shit, it, like, destroys all the tension again of, like, well, we're under a time constraint, pressure is building, these are important things to do, and it's like, well, bleh, we can just F off and, like, do a bunch of other shit for 8 hours, and then we can come back, it won't matter. And, like, that's bad for the pacing. So I think that it was a good choice, I think, to skip all that other stuff because I don't think any of it would have been as interesting. The camera was a huge problem. Yes. The camera was like bizarro world problematic. And like so consistently problematic that I wonder why it even made it that way, right? Like anybody who played the game in testing would have seen that the camera angle is like bizarro. And I thought maybe there was some kind of intentional point to that weird camera angle in Conversations to be like, maybe they were trying to sort of build the sense of madness and like discomfort, like things aren't quite right, but like if they were, that's not how I would have done that, right? Like I would have leaned more on like Dutch angles and stuff that I got randomly stuck in, honestly, of like Conversations like a little bit out of kilter and like more bizarre shots that weren't just like directly at our character's back. Like that, those were weird. And on that subject as well, the sanity mechanic needed better execution. I don't think it accomplished the goal that they really wanted it to accomplish. Very seldom, like the only times that the sanity mechanic ever came into play is certain story elements where like you do an interaction and they drain literally all of your sanity out, and then suddenly it's like, oh, there's a whole mechanic here, and then you just pop one of the sanity kits and you're like ready to go. I think the sanity mechanic would have been much better served as a long standing sanity rather than one that immediately restores after you get any monsters out of your sight. Because I'm envisioning a circumstance where you slowly build madness over time, and you start like reaching certain thresholds where, I mean, kind of like Amnesia, right? You start hearing sounds that might not be there. You start seeing interactables that aren't really there, and you try to interact with them, and it like poofs into like flying cockroaches or whatever, and like off they go. Start envisioning monsters that you have to deal with as you get really low, and like make the impacts of sanity not as immediately problematic, but like play with player sanity a little bit more, right? Like as the character sanity goes down, just like sprinkle in some of these little things that make the player like, is that real? It's not real. Is that, oh, what am I hearing? Like, oh, what's that? Like, bring the player into it more than what they did, because the as it stands, the sanity and madness was just like a weird like combat timer almost, because it's like, well, you didn't deal with your combat quick enough, so now shit looks weird and whatever. Oh, as well as if it was a long-standing thing, you could actually lean into those weird camera angles, right, in Conversations, because like the more and more mad you are when you're talking to other people, they could start affecting the other people. Like you're looking at them at weird angles. The Dutch angle is like way out of kilter. They start like something starts happening to their face in conversation, and then you shake it off. And like, I feel like there's a wealth of things to make the game a little more horror, a little more discomforting, a little more Eldritch in those spaces that they just kind of left on the table. And it's a shame that they didn't pick those up, like you said, because it's like it's about the characters, and they didn't lean into those interactions quite enough, and you didn't really get to know or attach to the characters quite enough. The camera angles didn't help. So like building up a little bit more of those, I think, would have been good. All of that said, though, I still enjoyed it. It wasn't too long, which is also good. It didn't outlive its enjoyment because I didn't do the side stuff. The side stuff would have been a problem, but we didn't do the side stuff. So it was like, it was the right length of game. It wasn't long enough. I didn't get tired of any of the individual activities I was doing in the game. So that was good. It was fun. The storyline was interesting. But yeah, it was overall a good time. I had a good time. And you know what? That's all you can really hope for. That's all you want. Well, that's like right on time, actually. We're like right at 3.5 hours. And that's where we like to be. So thanks all for hanging out and being here for a vast array of this game. Both of you were here for most of it. What am I playing next? I will be picking up Space Marine 2. And Space Marine 2 is a relatively short game, so I expect to be done with that like probably in a week. So I'm going to play Space Marine 2. That one's just for me because I really want to play it. I liked Space Marine 1, and I think I'll like Space Marine 2. Shooty, chainsaw, massacre the Xenos. Good times. So Space Marine 2, and then we'll pretty much be looking at being in October, so I'll probably start pulling in some horror games. I just had added one to my Steam cart. I wonder if it's still in there. It is. Which one was that? Oh, yeah. There's the No One Lives Under the Lighthouse that somebody had suggested, I think. And I saw that, and so I added that. And then Still Deep, whatever it was. Still Deep, Still Wakes the Deep. I think I'm going to pick that one up as well. So we'll do like Still Wakes the Deep, we'll do Someone Lives Under the Lighthouse. And then I think I have some other ones that are like already in my library that are horror related that I might just start pulling up throughout October, but we'll do sort of a spooky themed October month because why the hell not? It'll be fun. So that's what we'll do. That's what's coming up. Yes. Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here throughout this game. I hope you both and anyone else who happens to be here or watch the VOD, I'm looking at you, VOD folks, if you exist, comment below, because I'm not entirely convinced you exist, but you know, hey, prove me wrong. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I should see you on Thursday. All right. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit. Just close your eyes.